Hello, everyone, and welcome as we dive back into Dungeon Crawl Classics this week as we continue our Omens of War campaign. We're in episode 2. It's actually a thing now. If you've played more than one game, then it becomes a thing. So I'm joined now. We have the full party here tonight. My name is Trevor. I will be your DM storyteller guide tonight as we have some zany Dungeon Crawl Classic Sword and Sorcerer fun. And kicking off with playing with us tonight, we have our returning player who missed the first game, but he's back. He did play in the funnel. My friend has been playing with us forever. Introduce yourself and tell us who you're playing tonight.
Hello, my name is Danny. I'm playing Bruce, the Orphan Wizard, and Kiantu, the Cleric. So we're gonna have a blast. This is fun.
It is. So since we're introducing your characters for the first time, let's go ahead and go to Bruce. Hang on a second. I want to do this correctly.
You said Kiantu?
Yes.
Okay, that's the other one.
All right, here is Bruce, the Orphan. I think his name is actually like Brucius or something. We just called him Bruce.
Yeah.
But here is the Orphan who survived the portal under the stars. He is like a 12 or 13-year-old orphan, and he became a wizard after those events. And in DCC, that means he's going to have a horrible death at some point, because delving with magic in this game is horrible. All right, and then we also have Kianto, who we are going to view his character as well. He is like our tribal cleric. So Danny is rolling all the magic tonight. All right, and then kind of new to Sword and Sorcery, below me, introduce your two characters.
That's me. I'm below you.
That's you.
Because I show I'm beside you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm Kelly. I am playing Salvana, and Salvana is a thief that, let's see, last episode ran from battle because she is not really a fighter.
She's not courageous. That's what we learned. That's what we learned about.
Doesn't want to get her hands bloody.
Yes,
no.
she's not courageous.
But she picks locks and does that stuff.
Right.
The thiefy stuff. And then I'm also playing Aura, and Aura is a warrior with her short bow.
Okay,
so,
there she is.
She is she's been here since the beginning. She's the one I didn't think would survive. So
she's making it. She's making it. All right. And next to you, your partner in crime. Tell us who you're playing tonight.
I'm Steve. I'm playing Acrixis, a mighty warrior, and I'm also there he is, and I'm playing Alberic Nimbledew, the halfling haberdasher.
And we have new art for Alberic. So
Alberic, yeah. And if anybody pays close attention to Bruce, you realize that he is in a dapper outfit given to him by Alberic.
That's right, because Alberic has halfling clothes which would fit the orphan boy. Because Alberic is a halfling haberdasher. All right. All right.
One of his nice suits he gave to him. And
how did you get lost in a wild?
That's hilarious. All right, and then finally down at the bottom, you know Miss Slingshot in our Discord. Who are you playing tonight?
Hi, my name's Jeff. I am playing two characters. One is Gath, the wildling warrior. Gath is a very strong person of simple thoughts and expressions. And then there is possibly, I don't know if he's still alive still, is Sangamon Spirit Caller. Hopefully Amantur will give him a second chance at life.
Oh, all right. So here's where we are. So with that, that's a good segue. It's perfect. Let's just go ahead and dive in to the action. So let's go back and remember what happened last week. So last week, as we started off our campaign, our players were on the run as they were traveling south from Chuquiapa, which is the big capital of the south to the north. They had been pissing away all of their money and treasure, and they found out that the Lord, the God King there, his name was Lord Saf, was angry at them because they found out that they had looted something, or they had something like a half of something called the Rod of Rulership, And the legend says that if you connect these, if you can put this thing back together, then you have a claim to the throne of the region. So he didn't like that, so he sent his hunters to track them down and kill them. So they fled, and they headed south for a good while. And for a few weeks, they were on the run, and they finally reached into the jungle here, and they reached this lake here. And it was there that the hunters finally caught up to them, and the little dinosaur raptors that were tracking them, which they call them yixons because they're the sons of Yig, and these little dinosaurs, and they fought off the raptors, they fought off the hunters, and then a bigger yigson, some giant dinosaur, was coming, so they ran into the forest for cover, and there they ran into a nature spirit who told them that they could stay there and use it as shelter if they did something for the spirit. And the spirit wanted them to clean out some evil in the forest. They reluctantly agreed, and they went to this temple, this structure, which ended up being a temple. And as they went inside, let's go ahead and activate this. They went in and found that this was a temple of Sathagwa. And they found this old statue of which we found out was like an elder god that's barely worshipped or even knows anything about this, kind of lost to time. And inside this, they found some odds and ends as they were kind of going through it. But they came across this skeleton queen, who then was summoning and raising other skeletons, and basically it was like trapped them down this corridor. And as they're fighting this awful thing, there was a vault in the room, and our thief was like, I'm going to go open the vault because she's not fighting. We've already established that. She opens as soon as they start killing this thing. At the very end, the skeletal queen cast a spell and grabbed Sangamon the cleric by the face, melted his face off, and we thought he was dead. He drops to the ground. And as that, there's skeletons are coming, there's more evil coming. They opened the vault, and the vault was not a vault. It was actually a door. They opened this door, which looked like it led out of the temple. They go through that, and that's kind of where we ended. But they did pick up the body. They recovered the body of Sangamon as they ran out the back of the temple. Now, all of this has happened, but before this, Danny and his characters weren't here. They were lost in the chase, and they were separated during this adventure. So as we pick up the action here, they recovered the body of Sangamon, and they are basically transported. And they weren't running through this. It was actually a gate that pushed them out into the fringes of the jungle somewhere. And that's where we're going to pick up the action tonight. So we're still not with Danny. We're with the other characters. So we have the 6 characters that the 3 players down at the bottom are playing from last week. You guys basically land in what looks to be the same jungle. You see rocky cliffs or ledges and hills around you. And it's Albric, the halfling. You roll over the body of Sangamon and see that his face is indeed melted and scarred and burned. But luckily, fortune of the gods, because that's a rule in DCC, you can roll over the body. He gets a luck check, which we rolled offline. He barely made it. So Sangamon is not dead. He's just very badly burned. He's just clinging to life. So
You may wish he was dead.
So that's where we are, and we do have updated art for Sangamon, and his eyes and everything just kind of melted away. So we have this black as his face has been kind of melted away. So he is clinging to life. Now, here's the situation, if I recall. Gath also clinging to life. I think he is at 1. Sangamon also clinging to life. So we have both of Jeff's characters are nearly dead. And I think a splattering of the other characters have wounds and injuries and stuff. I think Kelly's characters are pretty okay. I think maybe Aura took a couple of hits.
Oh, so a nasty, like one nasty hit, and Salvana is absolutely fine.
She barely broke a sweat. She just
went, door open.
But she did find all of the traps and everything that were set in the temple. So she
she almost died by that one that came
Right, the
swooping
side-
down.
she
But I
found
happened
that
to,
she found that trap the hard way.
right. All right, and with that, we're going to pick up the action right here. So the party is in the outskirts of this jungle. They're laying there. They just rolled over the body of Sangamon. You're looking down at his scarred face. So let's pick up the action. Let's go to Sangamon. I'm going to say that you're barely alive. Like your eyes are just kind of like you're kind of like adjusting to the moon night. There is I believe y'all had some torches, so y'all are like ran out with some torches. So let's pick up the action. Let's go to Acrexus, because I think Acrexus was the one that carried you out. So that's Steve's character, the barbarian warrior looking guy. You pulled him out. Albric rolls him over. We see that he's alive. His eyes are kind of burned and melted and stuff. But that's where we're going to pick up the action. So let's go to Acrexus. So Acrexus, what are you doing in this moment?
He's looking at Sangamon. He looks in bad shape. Perhaps we should put him out of his misery.
Perfect. I like that. That's good. All right.
But Alberic, like, no, he's still breathing. We can help him. Although he's ugly. But he was always ugly, so...
All right,
Is there
with
anything
this...
Albert can do to help him, like bind his wound?
yeah, how does that work?
As you're looking at his face, which is kind of perfectly cauterized melt, as you're looking at his face,
It's a dagger cuts out eye holes.
it's aura. As you're kind of picking yourself off the ground and looking about, you hear through the woods, echoing. You hear like a grunt, almost like a sound of combat. And you hear like a roar and a growl as you look over the hill. You see this giant yixon, like a big one, is like lurched up on his hind legs trying to get up to this other ledge, and he's like snapping and biting at something through the trees. Through the moonlight and a little bit of torchlight, you see just in the shadow, you see the spear going back and forth as someone is fighting this thing, and you look and you recognize the familiar face. It's Kianto. Somehow you guys have been transported out to the outskirts of the jungle, and you see Kianto, the cleric that's been traveling with you, is fighting off this yixon, and that's where we're going to pick up the action. It's a hot start. All right, so here we are.
So we're pretty close to him then. Oh yeah, maps.
All right. Okay. So this is where we're at. Let's go ahead and get. I believe it's this one. This one.
We can use Sangamon as bait. And lure it away.
All right.
So
here's. Hang on. Let's do this.
Kiantu's.
Right now, I look like Mickey Rourke after he first got his face surgery.
That's right. Who does Kiantu follow? What's a cleric of who?
I'm in tour.
No, that's Sangamon. What's Kiantu?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right. If we go to the encounter, we're going to begin combat. Everybody, let's roll some initiatives. You should see it in the crossed swords up top right. Oh man, this is great.
I'm rolling awesome.
All right, I rolled terrible. The Yixon is going dead last. So Kiantu, you're up. You are attacking this thing. You've got your spear in hand as this thing's trying to eat you. As you look over your shoulder as you're doing this, you know that your friend Bruce has got like his grimoire open and this little ball, and you just heard some words. Like he tried to cast some spell. He used magic. You don't know what that was, as he was invoking something out of his book. And just mechanically, what has happened is, Bruce, you just cast Invoke Patron, and you feel that something happened, but you don't see exactly what yet. With that, we pick up the first part of the round. We go to Kianto. You have spear in hand and this giant Yixon in front of you. Yixinodon.
I pull out the warhammer.
Okay. All right, so you drop the spear, you go to the warhammer. So if you go to your character sheet, this is you can go over and there's a weapon and you can click it from the weapon.
And just the dice next to it.
Yes. Let me look and make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it was almost a 20.
You miss. You just kind of swing it. You drop the spear. You get your hammer. You just kind of flailing around, swinging at it. Nothing's happening. With that, it is Sangamon, who is just barely alive.
He's going to cough and spit and roll over, and Amantur needs me still. And I'm going to try and lay hands upon myself.
Nice.
Hey, there's ladies present.
Well, you know.
All right, everybody stand back. Sangamon is going to attempt magic. All right, with that, do a spell check for me.
I am going to try and divulge a secret.
Okay.
As a kind of like a sacrifice. I was on death's door. They asked me what I saw. It was almost a 13. Disregard the second one.
So it was a 14.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes. Amantur does allow that. I need to, whatever that clicking is, I need to turn that off.
The thing's about to
Right.
time out.
There we go. All right, so Sangamon, you do heal yourself. Roll a d8. Whoa! You heal yourself for 7.
That was almost a 1. I was like,
oh man!
Nice.
So you go all the way back up to
Good
8.
job.
I mean, the power of Amantur, like you're still scarred, but you feel invigorated as this holy power comes in you, and you stand up.
It's like, whoop.
Yeah.
Hey.
Whoa. That's And with that, we go to
Yes,
Bruce.
sir.
I went to.
All right, Bruce is going to. It's going to invoke patron.
Oh, good. Make a spell check. It worked so well the first time.
Well, I see something else down at the bottom. Do I know about that?
You just heard a familiar voice echo out. But you're still in the toils of this. So go ahead.
Yeah, that's true, because none of us have started in this battle yet.
Yeah, you just hear you heard something echo through the forest, but you're hearing dinosaur roll and try to eat you. This yixon. So roll a d20.
Is it for invoke patron?
It is. Wow, you are successful. Now, I do want to say before we dive into this, I want to pause for a second. Members of our community came together and created his patron. We have the official, and I say official because we made it, Sathagwa patron that our community made. Shout out to Samus Brigandine, who's in our Discord, who typed all this up and did an amazing job on it.
Awesome.
This is his patron. All right. Sathagwa's eye opens, and the multiverse trembles. He glares down on your foes with some ancient cavern beneath the earth, and all creatures within a 30-foot radius of point of the caster's choosing must make a will save or suffer paralysis. So it now needs to make a will save. It is paralyzed! It is paralyzed for 5 plus your caster level. That's 6 rounds.
Woo!
It is paralyzed for 6 rounds. All right, with that, we now move to Gath. Let me see. Yes, Gath, you're up.
Gath is wobbling, but he is still going to move half his movement and throw his spear at the...
You do it.
So let's see here. Where am I at? So do I have it? Oh, wait. I have it on the wrong thing. There we go. Why won't it pick it?
Just roll the dice. There we go. AC of 12. A D die of 2. All right, so what was the actual roll? 13. 4. Yeah, so yeah, because you got to add that, and you rolled a 4 for it. So we have to add the deed roll to the attack and the damage. That is actually 6 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, so you throwing a spear?
Yes.
As it
1d8, sorry.
kind of like it's slowly starting to like freeze and like fall onto the side as it's been paralyzed. You throw the spear, it sticks right through its carapace, and it does like as it's falling down, but it's got like a spear sticking out of his neck now. With that, we move to Salvana.
So she was down by Sagamon as he was having his lay on hands moment and gets up and she's like, Go fight. She's totally
Not doing anything. All right. And with that, we go to Albrecht. You see that it's like stiff as it's kind of falling over. It's almost like a forced rigor mortis.
So it's all, and then just
Yeah, it's like
All right.
in the middle of its tumbling down.
and I'm
You'll know
gonna
what it looks like. Taxidermy.
Right.
I'm going to use my second I'm going to just do a second move so I can move up by because I got my hand axes. I'm just going to start.
Okay.
At it.
All right. So for your whole turn is going to be getting up there, though.
Yep.
All right. Aura.
So question.
Yes.
There we go. How tall is this? Is it like super tall wall or
It's about
you
a.
said I could see, so that's what I was wondering.
I would say it's 5 feet to the ledge, and another like 5 feet above that. So total 10 foot, but there's a 5 foot like half ledge here.
So, like, could I like go like pop, like I'm almost like parkouring up so I can get up and
Oh
take a
yeah,
shot?
absolutely. Roll it with the deed die.
Okay.
Here's your parkour.
Here's my parkour. Oh, that's not happening.
No, but okay, so where are you at? You're here. You're going to get right up on this ledge here. You didn't get all the way up, but you do shoot your bow for 6 damage. Plus 1 for the die is 7 damage. You hit it right in the neck as blood is coming out. And now we go to Acrexus.
There, and he's going to throw his spear.
Okay.
Copycat.
Only thing I got. Well, actually, no. I have his mace too, but I'm holding on to that for right now.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, and I got my deed roll, which I didn't even declare.
Oh,
I wasn't
you
even thinking about
Didn't
it.
even.
Ugh.
All right.
Oh well.
I gotta get in the habit of thinking that too.
And I was thinking in my head of what I wanted to do.
What did you hit it with, your axe?
Spear.
Oh, you spear. As it's falling down, you run up and you just get right up under its head and you catch its head with the spear and you skewer the entire head with the spear as you bring it down and you kill it as it falls down to the ground. So it is dead. As you do that, who is next in line? It was supposed to be his turn. Kiantu.
No.
So, top of the round, you look up, and as you look over, you see some of your friends running about, confused on how they're here. You've been apart for many days. But you look past them, and you see in these bushes here, you see shadowy figures moving through the bushes.
Okay. Where are the bushes? I'm sorry.
I'm pinging here.
Oh, I see. Okay. He's gonna yell out, "Incoming!" And he's going to. Ooh. He's gonna cast Blessing on. Let me make sure I can do this.
We're using magic, people. Everyone stand back. Magic is so dangerous in this game.
He's gonna run down here to Conan and cast Blessing on Conan.
All right, so you're going to basically kind of jump and slide down the side of the dinosaur. It's like
He just
you're going to Fred Flintstone down the side of the dinosaur.
It's got so many projectiles in it. It's like one of those.
As you're rolling, do make an agility check to see if you can land this.
What is that?
Just seemed like a
That's a
better
D20.
idea.
Just roll a d20. Yeah. If you see if you can Fred Flintstone down the side of the dinosaur, which is be hilarious.
Nice.
Down at the bottom right, there's a dice tray bottom right. We're learning foundry.
There we go. Weird dice.
Hit the d20, then hit roll. There it is. No, you don't. You absolutely don't do that.
Twos already tonight. Twos.
Instead, you slip and fall down the side. And you knock yourself around as you kind of fall down. You're like, they're coming! Ah! And you fall down the side. Losing your turn, you take 2 points of damage. Keontae. So from
Magic.
Magic!
Nobody knows what's gonna happen.
It's so random. Alright, with that, we go to Bruce. The orphan is now
Oh, you
standing
skipped.
alone on the ledge.
You skipped me.
Did
Okay,
I?
so for
Hang on.
Bruce,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Nope, Sangamon. Sangamon. My bad.
oh, I'm sorry.
I feel so abused. Sangamon is going to not stumble, but he's going to walk forward and try to lay on hands on top of Gath.
Oh, this will be great. This should work just fine.
How come I can't move my character? What'd you do?
I got you. Okay.
Thank you. All right, so here we go. Laying of hands. It's a private moment.
Yes, you do.
Very
All right,
private.
you roll a d12 for Gath. You heal his hit die, so roll a d12 for
Right.
Gath.
I just read that today too. I
That's
was like,
interesting,
I forgot
yeah.
about that roll.
Good roll. Good roll. Come on, got this. We need him healthy.
Yes.
Amantor stops the bleeding, and that's about it.
'Cause you didn't tell him a secret. That's why.
There was no secret being told.
There was no secret told.
No secret being told.
All right, but he does heal for 1. I'll put him up. Still near death.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're gonna go to Bruce.
Okay.
Hearing the words of Sangamon as he topples over the side of the mountain or the hill.
All right. I'm going to cast Force Manipulation.
Whoa! He's gonna try to cast magic. Roll. Make a spell check.
I as well.
Roll a d20.
Don't
You just
roll
put a
two.
mushroom. Just put a mushroom cloud over his head.
You lose force manipulation. You fail. The
You
spell has
forget
been
it for the
lost.
day.
The spell has been lost. I don't even have to look it up. You just
Kinda like a- it's kinda like a-
light comes. You have like twinkly jazz fingers, and it just says no. You don't know how to do it.
Magic. Go.
It's like an
Magic.
ice cream brain freeze. You just forget it.
All right, Gath. You feel slightly better after being gently caressed by your burned faced friend. Now, what would you like to do?
He takes out a wineskin. He takes a big drink of it, puts it down, and then he just drops to his knees.
Okay, he's gonna rest. Okay.
Yes.
All right, and Salvana.
She will go assist to whoever needs help to just be like, "Are you okay?
Okay, so
Share his mind skin with him.
Water?"
you're gonna
At the
okay.
Red Cross, I'm here to help.
Alberic, you're standing next to this dead dinosaur. What are you gonna do? Dead Yixon.
What's happening behind us? Because he did yell behind.
You look
So he's
and
gonna
you
spin
do
around.
see shadowy figures coming through. Give me a luck roll. So with a luck
Alright.
check, you have to roll under your luck mod. Whatever your luck is, you have to roll under it. That's a 9. His
That
luck
is
is
successful.
successful. He's 13. Okay. The light of the moon catches, and you for just a brief second, you see it's humans walking through. Looks like hunters. You see two. You see one walking with a spear, another with a bow, as they're like walking through. But in just a split second, you saw them in the moonlight peering through the trees, kind of watching.
He turns again, takes like a defensive stance there. Reveal yourself, brigands, or you'll face the same fate as this beast.
All right. As you say that, you see one individual kind of peer out, holding a bow. You see this individual look out with some markings on his
Leonard
face.
D. Boy.
It does look like Leonard Nimoy. It does. It does. All of these characters were made in Mid-Journey. Yes, a Native American Leonard Nimoy comes out, looks over the group, and goes, "Are you planning on eating that?"
Oh, yes. Very hungry.
You going to share? It's a lot.
We could be convinced to share, yes?
We'll trade you shelter for meat.
Now we're talking. Who's your friend? As he points at the other figure.
With the other figure, he looks and an older gentleman standing behind him he's the one with the spear. He more clothed, actually has like better clothes. Looks over, he goes, yes. He goes, come on, the portents are right. We should call them in. And he keeps looking up at the stars. He goes, yes. The heart of the sky shines tonight. It's a good sign. And with that, Kamak, the other. Oh, let me pull out a combat so we can stop that. Stop the clock. I've got to kill whatever mod that is. All right.
Joke's on you. I attack. What?
All right. So we have Kamak is the first one, the Leonard Nimoy looking guy, and another individual who is talking to him, telling him, you just overhear him talking about portents and good fortune. Kamak goes forward. He goes, yeah, gather your party. We'll bring something back. We'll bring many men to drag this beast back, and we'll have a feast, and we'll have you. You can rest with us tonight.
We getting a good vibe off these guys?
You haven't had shelter since you left Chuquiapo.
That's a plus.
Yantu wants to detect some evil.
Huh?
Yantu wants to detect evil.
He gets up off his rear end and is attempting to cast Detect Evil. He's going to try magic again. The last time he fell on his face. Let's see what happens this time. Make another spell check.
All right. God. Haven't rolled all that well today.
Get it out of your system.
You
man.
did.
They'll say they're done. They're done.
You
Okay, that's
did.
not bad.
I gotta look that up. That might actually. That's on the cusp. That is on the cusp.
It made it.
It did. Okay. You
59 page.
you look about and you don't see any evil about.
Okay.
Nothing is giving you. You don't see anything that's evil.
You can trust them. For now.
And what is Aura doing? You sitting there with the bow.
I was just had my bow ready just in case, but if they're saying that it's okay, she'll trust her.
Okay, Jeff. Anything from Gath and Sangamon?
Sangamon is puts his arm underneath Gath and is helping him towards safety.
I'm helping too. Hold on.
All right. As you do that, you see the one Kamak look forward. He has a bow, and he goes, we have a healer in town. Might be able to help your friend. You look injured." He's looking over at Gath with all his many wounds.
It's but a flesh wound, but I will accept your healing.
Come, we'll take you to our village. And with that, the 8 of you follow with the agreement that you're trading your kill to share with them for shelter. So you follow Kamak. Again, let's pull him up again. So we've got Kamak and this other other character. As you're walking, this other character introduces himself as Viracocha. And Viracocha, he's walking with you, and he really starts looking over at Chianto because he saw that he called upon some magic. And as you're walking through the woods and the jungle, it's sparser here than it was in the thick of the jungle before. You're still in it, but you feel like maybe this is like more of the outskirts. It's a little bit looser. As you're walking through the brush, they seem to be taking you down some paths. And as we do that, Viracocha is talking to Chianto, and he goes, which of the gods do you call upon for that?
The god of war, my friend.
Oh,
Great.
we want no war here. We try to live in peace.
Don't start none, won't be none.
You're killing me, Smalls. He goes, I looked up in the stars. It's a good portent, good sign that you're here. And as he's looking up, you see the heart of the sky, and he's looking over the stars in the sky and everything. And you can't really see because of the canopy of the jungle. We just kind of see he's kind of pointing up. He goes, I saw that you were coming. It's good. It's good. And he walks through. He goes, many people in our village here, we worship Ildava, the nature spirit, nature god. But there are others. There's a dark force in the forest past the swamp. We stay clear of that. Did you come by way of the swamp or the forest?
I believe it was the forest, correct?
Yeah, you haven't seen the swamp.
Yes, by way of the forest. What is this darkness you speak of?
And he kind of looks around. He goes, it has many names, but I know its true name. There's this evil demon that lives out there in the marsh.
Her true name.
Bobug Boobles.
Do I know that at all?
Give me a luck check. Roll low.
Right.
Just roll a d20 and roll low. And what is Keonto's luck?
13, so it gets a +1.
Whoa, that's good. That means it gets a So just roll. You just got to get
If you
under it.
click on the word, if you click the word on your character sheet,
It'll roll
rolls
it for you.
too.
Okay, good. All right. You have heard of this. You've heard some folklore about this Bobug Boobles. And it's some type of demon frog. It's like the
Looks
demon
like a distant cousin of mine.
demon lord of the frogs.
Yes, I know Bobug Boobles.
Bobug Boobles.
He is a sworn enemy of Klazoth, the god of war.
Well, hopefully your presence won't anger him then. But come. So as that, we continue walking in. Also, we have Komak, the hunter, is taking an interest in Gath, who's very injured. He looks over at your armament and everything. He looks over. He goes, "Those wounds, they don't look like they were claw or bite. What have you been fighting?"
An evil bitch.
Did she follow you?
No, she's dead.
Only if this is hell.
Oh, good. Well, come. We'll see if we can't tend to those wounds, if they do look deep. With that, about an hour or so of kind of following through the jungle quietly, they do bring you to their village. Their village, they tell you, is called Kikitos. Kikitos. As this is the village that we walk into. So Kikitos. And it is a weird spelling. It's Kiquitos. But Kikitos. Taquitos, but with a K. Kikitos. Yes, Kikitos. As you walk into Kikitos, you see several villagers walking about. Just a simple village. 100 at best maybe live here. As you see very different make-to shacks, some tarps and tents and things of that nature as you're walking through this village. It is night. It is kind of a gloomy night. Lots of fog and a little bit of a rain probably just either coming in or going out. It's kind of hard to tell. And as they come in, it's very late. He goes, "We have a hunter's tent at the end of town we use for tanning, but party can stay there. We don't have a normal place for travelers. We don't get many." And as with that, he brings you, and he goes and he talks to some other hunters and villagers, and they start talking about this great kill out in the wood and how to get it back here. As he does that, he does go and introduce you to Bashu, and this elderly woman comes up and looks over, and he goes, and you hear her voice. It's an old and frail voice. "Oh, those wounds are quite bad. Yes, let me go get some of my salves and oils." And with that, she leaves to grab some things, but you do see her. Let's go bring her up. And what
Say
I'm
her
going
name
to
again?
do, Bashu, I am going to also configure this to where they will show up in the populace as we introduce these characters, so you can go back and see them. So give me just 1 second, and let me. Hang on. Okay, so you've met Kamak, Viracocha, and now Bashu. Now Bashu introduces herself as a bit of a healer, shaman, and she comes in and she's got like a little what's that little mortal thing where he's like kind of like grinding up. What's it called? What's that called?
Order and pestle.
Yeah, that's it.
Pestle and
Yeah. So she's like grinding
A
up
mortar
some
and
stuff,
pestle thing, yeah.
and she goes to Gath and starts like trying to put some things on the wounds and stuff to kind of like she's laying him down. Some of other users are a little injured, but Gath is definitely the worst. Anyone who has cuts and things, she kind of like puts the stuff on them and tells them just get good rest. They bring some food for you, very hospitable. But some of the other ladies and stuff are bringing some bread. They also have some fish and what looks to be some type of crustacean that they're eating. It's not. It's like a crawfish. It's like some weird crawfish, and they're bringing those, and they're like so they're bringing you some food. There's some jungle fruit that they're bringing you as well. So they actually bring you food, which is like you've been eating just yeah, y'all are just like insatiably hungry at this point. So with this, everyone gets a night of rest, so everyone can heal 1 whole point for your night of rest. As we wake up the next morning, is there anything y'all want to do before resting for the night? Any of your characters?
Really hurt one, and I lay on hands.
Yes, you
with
may.
the cleric.
Yes.
All right, let me do that.
Okay.
Is that on the character sheet?
So what you need to do is just roll. It's a spell check.
Okay.
So roll a d20.
Okay, just straight up D20.
Yeah. You do get to add your level and your personality to the roll. So for Kianto, that's
Oh, it was a 20.
it's a fail because you get +1 for personality and then for 1. So unless you want to burn luck, it's not going to happen.
Out of that low.
Sangamon goes to Selvana. Thank you for your help in the fight. I have a riddle for you. I have a riddle for you. For Amantur's blessing, not only for myself but you. Riddle me this. I don't have eyes, but once I did see. I once had thoughts. Now I lay white and empty.
Uh-oh. Blank stares.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but the blessings of Amantur is not upon you. And it looks to be myself also. He just turns around and walks away.
I love it. All right. With that, is there anything else any of the characters want to do?
Gath is going to drink
Alright.
heavily. He's
Okay.
not going to take any of her advice and drink heavily.
Okay.
Sleep with one eye open.
Crixus will drink himself to sleep. Albrecht asks Bruce, "What happened to you? Where did you go? How did you end up there?"
Well, we ran one way and y'all ran the other.
Well, we were yelling at you while we were running. We were saying this way.
I'm an orphan. My malnourished ears don't hear well.
Saw that wax build up.
It has been several days that y'all have been separated in the outskirts of the jungle. So somewhere they got separated, and somehow the transportation from the temple brought you back together. But that happened after you invoked Sathagwa.
Yes.
As if so far you've seen is when you've invoked Sathagwa twice. Once the gaze of Sathagwa fell on this creature and paralyzed it. The second time it seemed to summon your allies back to you.
Yes.
And we were in the Temple of Sathagwa, right?
Yes.
Lucky.
For you.
You did not want to see what was in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
As
good thing you went right instead of left.
the next
Yes.
morning, as the next morning comes, you guys wake up to the sound of chopping early in the morning. The sound of chopping and people talking about town. Right in the middle of the street, they've dragged this thing that you guys killed right in the middle of the street, and they are filleting it and cutting it up right in the middle of town. And they are using literally everything. Like they're cleaning the bones. I mean, it is being picked apart in the middle of it. It's like the entire town is just tearing this thing apart. So you're kind of waking up to see that. As soon as you guys stir, coming into your, I'm using the word tent loosely. It's more like a tarp or like a giant hide that's like over like a couple of logs. This basically, and you can see like the tanning area and stuff like that this has been. You see another individual come in, Vera Coca, who you met before, the astronomer of the group, the elder. He's coming in as well with another individual, and this is going to be Yappa. Now, Yappa, he comes in and very, very frail and emaciated, an elder gentleman. Yappa comes in and he goes, yes, he looks over at you, goes, and you can see that he's got like, he reeks of fish as he comes in, he's looking over, he goes, I thank you for your mighty gift, and you may stay here as long as you like, or until the food runs out. But what brought you into this jungle, this wood? We don't get many visitors, and we like it that way. I guess he's talking to who is the de facto face of this party? We haven't decided that yet.
Agree based on personality.
Albrecht.
Gath.
I'm gonna go.
Gath will be-
I think
Gath will be
Albrecht is
good.
the face of the party.
Gath will be face.
Gath at least still has a face.
Right, I'll say Sagamon is not the face of the
Sagamon is not the face.
I'm the whisperer behind the screen.
Yeah.
Albert steps forward. Hello there, good sir. We actually were brought here, from what we understand, by some fortuitous signs in the stars, according to this fine gentleman, as he points at the man. I can't remember his name, because I didn't write down. What's his name?
Vera
Yeah.
Coca. Vera
Coca, thank
Vera
you.
Coca.
The guy I thought looked like Peter O'Toole.
Yes.
Him.
Right.
So that's how he responds. That's how we are here.
Good. It's interesting. It's been many months. We've had no strangers in town at all. And then just a few days ago, another party came through. And they've left, and just as they left, you have arrived. It's very strange. I wonder why it is that we have had so many visitors in such a short time.
Who is this other party?
They were seeking fortunes in the jungle. One of them carried some type of map or something, and we warned them not to go in the direction that they were decided to go, but they went out past the bog. I doubt we'll see them again.
How were they dressed?
And looking over, better than your party.
Excuse me, sir.
They were well armed for combat. Almost looked like soldiers.
Almost look like soldiers. Did they have any insignias? Signs, symbols, sigils.
I don't believe so. I know they weren't. They came from the south, way to the south. Had a different look about them. And you look over, he goes, paler skin.
Who's to the south of here?
Yeah, that's also
What's
too.
south of?
So if we go back to the map, there's Tawanaku is way to the south down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if I've changed the map just a hair, this is our village that we're at right here. So that is Kikitos. And then you'll see this little water feature here is the the village backs up to what looks to be like a small pond or thoroughfare, but as it gets further in, it kind of turns into, you can kind of see it kind of turns into a bog. There's one little clean area of water that's kind of flowing from the jungle. You see like there's like a little bit of a, it's a creek slash river that kind of falls into this. And then as this is basically catches the good water, but then there's this like tainted nastiness further north. Kind of like heading towards this direction, or like I guess that would be more like northeast. Is the funk.
And the funk is where Boobles is, right?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
according to folklore, and that's where this
Oh,
other
Bobug.
Bobug. That's where Bobug apparently is rumored to be, and that's where this other party,
Went.
fortune seekers.
That way. Okay.
Is there fortune to be gained out there?
That's like, so I was like, did they mention?
Oh, they had dreams and aspirations of gold and treasures foretold, but I don't know where they got this map, and I don't know why they come here, but they seemed quite positive and assured of themselves.
I'm sure the rest of you guys are sure of yourselves. We could go after them. Just looking at the party like,
Did they attack you?
Oh no, they
That's
just
Negamon speaking to him.
no, they came here and just picked up some provisions and equipment. We traded, and they gave us silver and gold for provisions.
You spoke, Elder. You spoke of a demon. Its true name. You know a demon's true name. The true name holds power.
Oh, it's passed down from our elders. Told us of some demon that lives out there.
Do you have any written histories of it?
Well, no, it's more passed down. I can tell you what my father told me. And one of the reasons that our forefathers settled here is all through the jungle. Is very filled with disease from the bugs, the mosquitoes. But there are no mosquitoes here.
So you were saying there's a taint upon the land.
No. There is a taint further north, but there are many frogs here. They don't seem to bother us, but they keep the air clean of these disease-carrying locusts and plague and mosquitoes.
Ah,
Oh, and we do not hunt the frogs. They are, not sacred, but more, we've been warned not to mess with the frogs.
Taboo.
by whom?
Our forefathers, it would bring, it was a bad omen to kill, and definitely to eat a frog would bring death.
Have you tried to commune with your forefathers? Have they told you this?
I did not know things were impossible. I don't know,
Have you licked a frog?
no, we don't touch the frogs. We leave the frogs be.
That could help you see your ancestors.
A strange custom from your land.
And the frogs do not approach you? They do not bother your village?
No.
Ah. Here's a question for you. Do you sacrifice to the frogs?
No.
No tiths? No
No.
taxes? No...
We hold to our land, and they hold to theirs, even though they do wander the banks, but we don't bother them, and they don't bother us.
And they walk on 2 legs or 4?
They're just regular frogs. I don't know.
How big are they?
They vary in size to very small to the size of your hand.
So it's many different types of frogs. All
Yes.
frogs.
Yes.
what about this bowbug? How big is Bowbug?
No one's ever seen. I don't know if it's a spirit or, to be honest, I don't know. No one's ever seen it. We just know. like I said, it's handed down, legend, myth.
So Bugboobers is quite
So this is Keonto
often,
speaking.
yes, is quite often connected with amphibians. That's frogs for all of you with low intelligence.
Frogs taste like chicken.
That's what it was like. You eat frogs.
I wonder if there's a connection. You say Bugboobils is something to be feared, and yet you revere the frogs.
Well, we don't want to poke the demon, if it is.
I see. It's quite odd.
It's quite normal. It's been no, so we just tell don't go to the swamp and you'll be fine. But you're welcome to stay here. Wonder about town. We have food. We are cooking. You're welcome to stay. If you need, and he looks over, repairs or provisions, there is. You'll need to meet Chaska. And he looks over, and you see another lady down there, and just like arm like up to blood, just like cutting meats and like she's like cooking. And he looks and goes, Chaska, Chaska. And as he reaches over, he looks at Chaska and this older woman, very, very, very old. You're not sure if she's 60 or 80. It's hard to tell. As she comes forward, and Chaska goes, yes, yes. And he looks over and he goes, our friends here may want to see your wares, and they may have things to trade for anything that you may have. And Chaska goes, I'll be there later this afternoon. I've got to, and she's like looking over and goes, I've got to cook this. And she's looking at this, I believe it's something, I don't know what this is, but we're going to cook it. And she's like holding this organ. So she's putting something together. Basically, it's going to be like a hot dog. You don't know what's in it, but it'll be tasty. So Chaska is preparing to cook, but there's basically a shop in town for you to trade. If you go to your journal, there is a journal entry. It's Kikitos. You should be able to hang on. Let me make sure. Now you can see it. And if you open that up, there is a provisioner that has things for sale. So we're going to have a hair of downtime here over the next couple of days. You'll be able to wander town, rest, recover. We're going to say we're going to be here for 2 days before we're going to kind of fast forward the story. So in this time, what are your characters going to be doing over the next 2 days? Now, some of you are very injured. And for the clerics, I'll allow you to, if you want to risk communing with your god for healing, you can. Or you can also, some of you have rest or bed rest. So let's do this. What we're going to do is go around, and over the next 2 days, if you guys want to talk to the NPCs or the townsfolk, I believe hang on, there's one more. Yes. Ekeko. I forgot about Ekeko. So we're going to show him. This is Ekeko. He is actually the one that's actually kind of semi-living in this tent as well during the day. He's the tanner and the leather worker. Armorer would be a loose thing, but he's really not. He's more of a tanner, leather worker. But he's the one that's like using the skins and scales and stuff off this, and he's making different things with it. So that is Ekeko. So what we're going to do is, let me configure this so you can see all of these wonderful NPCs that we've created. And now we have a town of people to talk to. So what we're going to do now is, we're going to have a few minutes. So what we're going to do is, let's go around the horn, and I want to know what each of your characters are going to be doing over the next 2 days, whether they need to rest and recover, whether they need to heal, shop, investigate this town, village, and the surrounding areas, or what is it that you guys want to be doing. So let's do this. We'll start with Jeff. The grizzled vet down at the bottom has probably already got some ideas. Let's start with Sangamon. What is Sangamon going to be doing over the next couple of days?
Sangamon is going to rest up for the first day.
Okay.
He is
full bed rest.
meditate, candles, the whole spiel.
Okay. He can heal a
He's not
full
looking-
2 points. He can heal 2 points for that.
So he's up to max now.
Okay.
And he's also going to, during the second day, he's going to reach out to, let me find the guy that we were speaking with. That is for
Kumar or
Veracocha?
Veracocha.
Veracocha? Yes.
Veracocha.
Yep.
Does he have like his own like hut, or is he?
So, yes, he does. He has his own hut outside of town. His hut is on the furthest edge, and it is the place that is out right on the edge of the jungle canopy. You notice the first night you've been out walking around and eating, and they're feasting and everything, that he's a stargazer. He likes to be right out seeing the stars, and you see him writing down his notes and thoughts about the different stars and celestial bodies, and that's really what his interest. He reads the stars.
I'll approach him while he's doing that and like kind of knock on to the entrance to whatever his domicile is.
And
God,
it's night as he's doing this, so he goes, "Yes, what? Yes, you a studier of the stars as well?" And you can tell he's looking at your face, but he's trying to stare at your face.
it is okay. The injury is new. It's interesting to look at in the mirror sometimes. No, I do not stare at the stars. I am a novice at best. What can you tell me that you see in the stars?
Oh, he seems quite excited that somebody has actually asked him, because this is like the only astronomer in town, right? All right, so we're gonna take a look as you're looking outside the village, and he sees basically it's a clear sky. He's looking out, and you see this big like astral sea of everything that you're seeing out. And he looks over, he goes, "Oh, if you look up," and he's showing you different stars and form different. Of like he's kind of putting together. He's kind of explain constellations about how like there's a clustering of bodies. But he goes, "There's something very interesting," and he looks up. He goes, "If you look up, you see," and he points to these, and he's drawing them. That is Chiapos. Chiapos is the turtle, and if you look there, and next to him is, and he looks at his map, is a scorpion. He goes, "A Scorpio in Chiapos. Between the turtle and the scorpion, a new body has shown." And he looks, and you see a very faint red dot out there. Very, very, very faint. He goes, "Yes, that one, our elders passed down. It only comes about, very rarely do we actually be able to see it. But as they were told me, it is called Cycronish. And Cycronish is now in the sky."
Hold on, my friend. And I begin to look at it, and
So Chiapos, the turtle, you see that cluster, and the other cluster over here, you see Scorpio, the scorpion, and right between there's a very faint red dot. That is Cycronish, and the elders passed down that it is another land like ours, and that's what they believe. Another plan, another land like ours, beyond the stars.
and this will be for good or woe.
Oh, well, I don't know, but it is said that when it shows that travelers will appear, and in the last two weeks, 2 sets of travelers have come. That means that what the elders told us is true. That Cycronish is a herald of travelers.
I'm going to close my eyes, and I will begin to hum a chant. And I'm going to cast Second Sight. And as I do that, I'm going to trying to figure out, is it in our benefit to try and find these other travelers, or is our path in another direction?
Oh, fun. All right, so you need to make a spell check, and then I get to see what... and for the record, for our spellcasters, if we could get page numbers for these spells so that I can easily turn to them, because every spell has its own chart, and...
267 Second
look at
Sight.
you got it. All right, let's roll it.
Did it.
All right. No, I did not lose it. Hold on. Sorry, wrong one.
What was that?
It has a D20 next to it.
Oh, yes. As you begin to cast that, your god seems to be annoyed with you, and you have lost the ability to call upon second sight.
No! For how long?
Until the next day.
Okay.
It says you're still working on first sight with your melted face.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding. Just ain't
Ammentor
happening.
seems somewhat annoyed with you.
I'll sit down and I'll just be quiet while he's doing whatever it is he's doing.
Okay. It is in this night. So, what is it during that time? What is Gath going to be doing over the next couple of days? We're going to go take a minute and kind of talk to each one of our characters. So, everyone just kind of be thinking about what your characters are going to do.
Gath is simple. He's looking for any type of alcoholic beverage he can find and ladies of loose morals. That's how he's going to heal up.
Give me a D20 roll.
There's so many dice now. I got to look and see which one is which.
Actually, take it back. Forget that roll. It's a luck check. Roll for his luck.
Oh, okay. Not much.
No, you want to roll low.
Yeah, well,
Oh, I do.
You
Okay.
do. You want to roll low on the luck check. That is successful. You do manage to find a woman that you're able to stay with, and while everyone else is staying in the tent, you now have moved in and are staying in a nicer domicile. So yes, you did find, but the issue is, it was late one night drinking. The wine and the ale and the things that they have here. It's more of a, so actually it's more of a mead that they have here. And as you were drinking one night, you did hook up with one of the people here in town, and now you wake up and you're now with Bashu, the shaman healer. Quite the looker.
And you're married.
Yes. So
It doesn't matter. I'm only here for a short while, anyways.
so yeah, this is your lady companion of the night.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Interestingly enough, she does have a partner that seems to be okay with that, and that was Ikeko. This is the gentleman that you shared this with.
My God, has gone way past what I wanted to see. Okay.
So that's Gath. So Gath
Gath
is
don't
getting.
care.
Gath went with Bashu and got covered in essential
Healing.
oils and had a fun night. With that,
What happened if I got a 1?
she's convinced you to start selling doTERRA and some other things on your travels. It's okay. All right. With that, we move on. Let's go to Kelly. What is? I know she's laughing about the
That's
essential
hilarious.
oils.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It's
So
like I feel like it's a happy oil is guaranteed a happy ending.
right. What is Aura up to?
Okay. Aura needs to resupply. She needs
Okay.
arrows.
So
she'll
arrows,
redo-
they have arrows. They're not cheap, but they do have arrows.
That's what I wanted to ask because I knew how much we had, but what did we have as we were like running away?
So what
'Cause
is
she had some stuff?
so
but
what is on your character sheet? 'Cause she has a lot of her money left.
That's
So
what
what's on your character sheet is correct. It's 22 gold and 30 copper.
Oh,
Like she
okay.
does have. Aura seemed to have a bunch of money. Because
Okay.
she was one of the survivors of the portal, and it looks like she didn't piss much of her money away like the others. She might have had some sense about her.
she doesn't drink and
Right.
pour around, so
She's too stupid to drink.
yeah, it's true. That's it. She's too stupid to drink. So
Wait.
she would want to.
She
yeah.
has a 5 intelligence.
I think
She's
she's got
a
a
5
Yeah,
intelligence.
she's not bright.
Basically, she could shoot a bow, and that's all she's like, what?
We found her staring at a wall as we were leaving town. We just grabbed her, took her with us, and she was all.
Like, yeah, she's like not right at all. So yeah, she would want to get some arrows, which I saw were 5 gold. So
For 20. Yes, for a batch of 20.
okay, so I'm gonna do that. So I gotta take off 5.
Okay.
And then she lost her lantern and oil.
They don't have a lantern here. They
I
have
was gonna see if I
oil.
can get some torches.
Torches they can have. Those are easy. Those are copper apiece.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so
just,
I figured I'd grab her some torches since she doesn't have the lantern anymore.
okay. So you're shopping. So you're in there shopping and buying some things. And like I said, this is all interacting with Chaska. This is the Chaska.
Yes. And I'll say Aura's not very good at, conversation. Just knowing what she needs to shoot things. And then I'll say that Salvana was with her just because.
Okay.
Because Salvana is going to convince Aura, who's got some, good coin, because she doesn't want to spend her stuff, and convince her to get her some daggers. So
Okay.
she has more daggers.
All right. That you can buy. They do
Yes.
have some weapons here. They're basically skinning knives, but they do have
She just
that.
needs something that she can throw. So
Right.
she has more than
You
just
do
the
notice
one.
that there is a small forge in town, so they are working some metal, but it almost seems like they salvage metal and rework it. There's no mines or anywhere here. They're just basically salvaging and reworking things.
Because I was just thinking like like those little tiny
Yeah,
dagger-like
yeah, they're
things.
they're
So she
three
can, like,
they're
add
three gold they're 3
sword.
gold each. They're 3 gold each.
And-
So just take they've. I will say
they-
hang on. I got to see how many they have for sale.
Yes. So sell that.
Wow, they're stocked up with daggers. They've got 6 daggers. So
All right, and they're how many a piece?
3 gold apiece.
Okay.
So how many do you want?
I'm gonna take 4.
Whoa, closing shop
Big
early.
spender. Sheesh.
All right. So you 2 are shopping. Is there anything else you guys?
Salvana needs stuff so she can fight with you guys. Come on. be
Also,
happy
is
for her.
is Aura injured still?
Aura is still injured? Yes.
Does she want to have some rest during this time?
Yes, and she will also rest up, hopefully to.
Well, for every full day of rest, it's 2 hit points.
Okay.
So you get 2 days if you need it.
2 days, so I'll add 4.
All right, so
she is almost completely healed. Then,
all right, so Aura
she's
is
just-
resting, shopping, eating, and enjoying the town. Okay.
Okay, and Salvana, so she gets convinces Aura that she needs those really bad, so she can help out.
Correct.
And Aura eats it up, and then Salvana wants to do a little digging to see who the people in the village got to speak with the other group that had come through to see if she can pull any information that they may have shared when they were drunk or whatever of what the treasure is that they are seeking with that map.
Absolutely. All right. So you're going to be talking to Kamak, who is the Leonard Nimoy person that we talked to earlier. And he's the hunter. He's the one that talked to him. And apparently, from talking to him, you find out that he drew them a map to the best of his knowledge that they were using. They had their own map.
Mm-hmm.
But he was drawing them a second map of a safe route through the wood that would take them to the edge of the bog. And from there, they really seemed to key in on the fact that they felt that there was some lost treasure in there. They're not they didn't really tell you what it was, but it was, they thought that it was something very powerful that may have some type of supernatural power. Like they were after not just treasure but power.
Ooh. So, can I try and convince him to also give me a drawing of the same map that he did for them?
Make a personality check.
Personality check?
He goes, that's hard work. I'll do it. But what are you going to trade?
I have some silver.
Oh, yes. I will do it for 5. 5 silver. I will make you a map.
For 3?
5. 5. You roll bad. 5.
I will give him 5 silver.
Okay, so you spend the day, and he gets out some parchment and draws through, and he's kind of making a rough map of basically copying what he already kind of did before, but he's making money. All right, so that's what your two characters are doing with that.
Darn.
We'll pass over to Steve. What is a Crixus and Alberic, the halfling and the big warrior? What are these two guys up to over the next couple of days?
Brexus is going to spend 1 day fully resting so he can heal up completely.
Okay. Whoa.
And then, oh, what?
Sorry, my screen flickered, but I'm good.
Oh, okay. I see. So on my sheet, it has a spear doing 1d6, but in the book, it's 1d8. When is it?
It is 1d8.
Okay. Because suddenly I was like, oh, this spear actually isn't that bad now.
Right.
Like D8? It's like, that's not so bad.
We'll say that you had to sharpen it. It was quite dull.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
With their, and then since he is an armorer with the forge, is he able to fix his chainmail?
Yes.
It's no longer broken.
Yes. That's going to be a strength check.
Okay.
To work the forge, bend the metal. What is this die you rolled? It's like a shadow die. Yes, you can spend the day using some of the scraps about you're able to repair the chainmail and get it back into working order. But that's going to take probably a better part of 2 days to do that. Between the rest and that'll be your full 2 days for him is repairing the armor.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he was really. He's not much for anything else out there. Now, Alberic, he's fine, so he can. I was actually going to do the same thing that Sylvana was doing, pursuing the same ideas.
Okay.
And is it by any chance was overheard her conversation with dude on like making the map?
Sure.
Because I would like to make my play at trying to reduce that cost.
No, we're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip that. So
You want a deal?
no.
Well, I wanted to talk to him about his dinner he had last night. That was probably really good and best he's eaten in a very long time. And,
right.
And the fact that we didn't kill him on sight.
Oh, he thinks you didn't kill y'all on sight. So
Hey.
I mean, so you're talking to Kamak at this point? Whoa. Froze? I'm frozen. They're frozen.
I'm frozen?
No, it must be them that's frozen. Yes. Because we're all good. They're frozen. That is their internet because they're together.
Jeff and you are okay.
Yes.
Are they?
Dude.
Are they not?
Hang on.
I see.
Oh,
Usually I
sorry.
watch those.
Established.
All right, let's pause for just a second while the hamsters get caught up.
I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
One, is gas spear recoverable?
Yes.
All right. 2, since I shacked up and had a cuckold session, and I hope you edit this one out. And I had a cuckold session with shacked up with the healer. How much healing do I get since I was in a primo situation?
How much are you down?
I'm down. I only have 2.
We'll put you at full. We'll put you at full.
Yeah, that's right.
You're getting
That's what
2 because it was 2 of them.
That's the way you do it, romance cover novel, Barbarian.
That's it.
Lord.
Surprisingly, it wasn't a bestseller.
Surprising. All right, with that, is there anything else Albrecht wanted to do? We had to freeze for a second. Everything kind of got locked for a second, so we're going to rewind and go to Albrecht.
Edit.
Edit.
Yeah.
Edit here. Okay. Albrecht.
All right. So he was going to try to wheel and deal, but if that's not gonna, there's no benefit to that, then he's just lingering around. He is going to buy some stuff. He's getting some water skins, rations now that he knows we have a map, the grappling hook, and some rope.
Okay.
I'll tell him
rations.
just
Good
send you a
call.
note. He's got a way to cover it all, but I'll send you.
Yeah, that's fine. I
I don't want to waste time.
Yeah,
I don't wanna waste time on the shopping list.
just fix it. Just whatever you want to buy, fix it and move on. All right, so while you're shopping and kind of dealing around town, let's go up to Danny. I'm dying to know let's start with Bruce. What is the little orphan boy doing with, this is the kid in the town with the gun that shouldn't have a gun. He has a spell grimoire, some strange crystal ball, and he's been left to his own devices for 2 days. What's the worst that could happen?
So he's going to go to the either Shaska or the tanner.
Okay.
He's just gonna look over and see if he can use his mending spells to earn some coin.
Oh, wow. Yes, you can. Attempt to cast mending. So
Who is it? What am I doing it on?
all right, so let's say Akeko. Akeko is the tanner, and they've got a building that's in disrepair from a recent storm, and they're trying to repair the building. So if you want to go over and try to use magic,
Oh,
what is we haven't seen this spell before. How does this manifest?
so little gnomes pop out of nowhere, and they run up and they tinker, and it takes like 10 seconds, and then they scurry off, like the baseball players in Field of Dreams, into places.
So he rolled on the
We call
manifest.
it the Gnome Depot.
The gnome-
That's what we call it, the Gnome Depot.
Listen, that's an actual roll that he made in the book. That's actually in the book. So he has the repair gnomes. So
Oh my gosh.
now, from doing this, they see you do this, and they're backing off. And goes, "What is this devilry? Is he a child of Bubug?" And now the villagers are quite upset, and they're getting their torches, they're getting their pitchforks. We're not saying he's going to burn the witch, but there's a witch. So they're very nervous about this boy that summoned some demons to repair the building.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
And Cat goes like,
I see.
bad.
What did they say? Is he a child of what?
Bobug.
No.
Bobugs.
Child of Thagwa.
No.
Thagwa.
Another demon. He's a demon child. So this is all happening off to the side. With that, he's holding basically like, a tool, a hammer. He's gonna take a swing at you. He's scared. I don't know why my dice are doing this. Yes.
All right, you're dead.
All right, he just like whacks the kid. You get knocked down as he just like pops you across the face. There's like blood coming off the side of your face. He's like, "Stay down, demon child."
All right. I am no demon, but if you strike me again. I will call some.
Oh God. Give me a personality check.
Oh, good. I think he gets a +0.
No.
Oh, Lord. Roll. Jesus Christ.
No, he doesn't buy it. He's gonna raise the club again. At this point,
Did we see this?
this is happening off to the side. They're alone. There's screaming going on, but it's the jungle. We're going to keep this theater of the mind. I need Danny to roll initiative, and he's going to do the same.
Oh, God. Is that just a straight up? Is that where is it?
I rolled it. Just roll a d20. Yep.
Okay.
He's got an 8.
Jesus.
Now, hang on a second. Do you get a bonus to your initiative?
It's about to go bad.
I'm looking. You don't have luck. You could burn luck.
I'll burn it.
You'll need to burn 2 luck to beat him.
And that's permanent, right?
You get it back at like 1 a day. No. It's permanent. I'm sorry, you're a wizard. You've got to do something pretty miraculous to get the luck back. It can be done. You just have to like appease Sathagwa.
Okay. Yeah, I'll burn 2.
All right, so you burn 2 luck. You kind of shake. He sees he's bringing the club back again as he's looking at you, calling you some demon child. With that, you have initiative. What do you want to do?
All right. Since my strength is a 4,
Correct.
I'm going to cast Force Manipulate. No. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the Invoke Patron does.
But
so-
here's the thing. That's the fun.
Okay, let's do it.
If we suddenly appear in front of you, then you'll know.
All right, we're gonna invoke the patron in the outskirts of town. Make your spell check.
I don't know why it rolled twice.
All right, so it's an 8, and I will tell you that.
His first roll was a 17.
Oh, it did.
I don't know why it rolled twice.
It's a 17. Okay, hang on a second. You get to add your level to this roll, so that's an 18. And then you get to. Do you have an intelligence modifier?
Look.
You do. It's no, you don't. Okay, so you just get to add 1 to this, so that's an 18. Okay. As this, he's raising his up. You reach up. You're like, Sathagwa, save me! It suddenly grows extremely dark over town as this black cloud seemingly appears out of nowhere. And from the bog and the deepest of the forest comes swarms of bats flying out of that. Also, out of nowhere, from the trees are dropping ravenous sloths. As sloths and bats come out of seemingly nowhere and begin to bite, paw, and kind of just going at this guy. And in all of that, he is completely enveloped in bats and these sloths that, while slow, are exactly where they need to be. And they're all kind of gnawing at him, and he's just covered in bats as he's kind of running and screaming about.
A Bruce Wayne of you.
I know, right?
All right. You're able to kind of scurry away as all of the villagers now are going crazy because something dark has come out of the forest. And these bats and things are coming all over him. And the villagers, they just see a man of swirling bats. They begin to run and attack him.
Yeah.
They're throwing rocks, they're throwing spears. They go and they basically, the villagers run and murder the poor guy in the middle of the streets, and then the bats just disappear, and they look that something has befell this poor man as a Keko has been killed.
I'm gonna be like, oh, he went crazy and hit me, and I don't know what happened after that. The bog attacked him for attacking a little orphan boy. Oh,
This is just a random night of role playing with Danny. This is what happens. Yes, so Akeko is everyone's is now pouring in the middle of the streets as this something horrible has happened. This is hilarious how this is going to segue in a minute. This man is dead in the middle of the street. Bruce, you're bleeding. You're telling your story. They're going to believe it because they see something. Akeko did something, or something has happened. The bog is mad. It's a bad omen. Bug Bills is upset. And now everyone's casting blame, and all the fingers are starting to point towards the new people in town, because they didn't have this problem before the new people came in town. They all start to point. Now,
how dare you? I'm a bloody orphan. Oh.
Well, there goes the town leather worker.
Well, what'd the little psychopath do now?
Oh, I need healing. Please.
So at this point, the town are kind of gathering all of you and kind of getting you in the middle of town, and now the whole town is kind of circling with their torches and pitchforks as the villagers are angry, right? Gath, you come out with Chaska, who is now upset that she's lost her partner, but maybe she's gained a new one. The gods have provided a replacement, so your competition's been eliminated. I'm sorry, not Chaska. I'm sorry, that was Bashu. Bashu, the shaman healer, is now a widower temporarily. So this is what's happening. The whole town is very upset. Everything is going crazy, and at this point, you hear other people on the outskirts of town calling and screaming that someone is coming out of the marsh. Someone's coming out of the marsh. They're calling that something's coming out of the marsh. And with that, everyone goes from being angry at you to now something else is coming out of the marsh. And everyone starts running and like hiding the children and everything as the hunters, particularly led by Comic, our Leonard Nimoy guy, is running with his bows, and several of the hunters are heading that way. And in the distance, they see one lone individual coming out wearing like tattered chainmail. As you look over, you see this light-skinned individual walking back, and he goes, "Hail, friends, it is I, Bjorn! I have returned!" And they're all on edge, but Kamat goes, Oh, it's the other traveler has returned as well. And
it's all their fault.
With that,
Blame.
we're shifting blame. As Bjorn has come back out of the wood, scars across his face. The guy's covered in blood and muck, just really beat up. But he's carrying like this satchel around. He's like, "No, friends, we were successful. We found the evil, and we failed it." And he looks at it, he goes, "Fear not." And as he reaches up, he pulls this statue out. He goes, "For we recovered it. We recovered the power. This evil in the forest, it will go away now that we have this." And he pulls out what looks to be like this strange onyx statue of a frog. As he's holding this up, he goes, "No, we can celebrate. We paid the price in blood. My companions died, but we did it. We killed it, and we took it." And he's got that, and so they're all like, "What?" He goes, "Bubbles, or whatever his name is. We killed it." And he's holding up this very ornate frog statue, this onyx ornate frog statue. As he's holding this up, he goes, it just reeks. You can feel the magic coursing through it. This is what was the evil. This was it. But now that I have it, we can use it for our own good.
No good can come from evil statue of Bugboobill's friend. You should consecrate that or destroy it.
No, you shall not destroy it. It holds secrets that we must plunder.
Yes, he's right. He's right. We'll be careful with it, but we must study it.
Of course I am right.
Yes, listen to him, this strange one. Oh, I have never met before, but I suddenly trust him, because he and I are aligned in thought.
I'll walk
The
up
one with
to
no
I'll-
face.
No, I have a face.
Trust
I just
trust,
look at
trust the
that
faceless
now.
man.
I'll kneel down in front of him. Or, I mean, is he kneeling down or is he standing up? Like,
He's
just kinda
standing
like-
up and he's holding this, and he's looking at it.
As I approach it, do you need a help, my friend? Do you wish for me to hold it?
What is
Let me relieve you. Let me relieve you of your burden for a short while, and we will help you with it.
I will hold it, but you can come with me. I we need your help. But trust me, people. We slayed it. We killed it. There was a frog demon. We killed it, and we took it.
And what is that you are holding?
I don't know. There was this cave. It was dark. But at the end of this cave, we found a shrine. And we took this. My friends,
As
companions
Where
are
your
lost.
friends?
Answer me
Anto
this.
is going to detect evil.
Huh?
As I'm walking with him, I'm going to be casting a spell, but it's going to be coming out as a riddle. Answer me this. I cover cities and destroy mountains. I make men blind, yet help them see. And I'm going to reach out and touch them and begin to cast paralysis, page 264.
Oh no! You are gonna cast paralysis. Okay, and as everything is going about, you cast paralysis. Let's make your spell check.
Mine's come out of the black ropey tendrils.
Oh no! There's all the people are gonna freak out at this point. It's just they're freaking out.
14.
Amantor has heard your plea, and while this man has not been paralyzed, your weapons now carry the imbuement of paralysis.
He's not standing still or anything.
No, you just put your hand on him. You're like, it didn't do exactly. It worked, but not exactly the way that you intended. Again, Amantor is very fickle. As you're doing that, we have a interjection. Kiantu in the cast begins calling upon. And what was your god's name again?
It is Klazov, the god of war.
Klazov. You mumble the words to Klazov. Cast your detection. You have lost. In all of there's just too much going on. You lose that ability. You do not sense it is evil. You don't sense that your god is listening to you in the ruckus that's going on. As all of this is happening, is there anything that the other four characters are doing? Crexus, Albric, Aura, Savannah, anything from them? Or are they just...
Selvana is any way she can get that thing out of his hand. If she sees loose, if she could almost figure out how to get it out without him even noticing when he's trying to get his point across. I don't know how hard he's clinging to it.
You want to just try to slip it out of his hand?
Yes.
You may certainly try. Hang on
Okay,
a
so
second.
what do I roll for that?
Hang on a second. I think if we go to...
Because I don't know if that... Because I got pickpockets and...
It's pretty
what
much...
are they called? Sleight of hands. That's not even a choice, so I'm what would that fall under? Like, if I could
It's
figure out how to
pickpockets.
manipulate it.
So here's the thing: it's pickpockets, but the DC is higher because he's holding it.
That's what I was like. I'm like,
So the DC, I was saying that the DC is 15, and you get a plus
Okay.
3.
okay. So do I say at the beginning if I'm wanting to do my luck roll with it, or do I do that
You-
after?
After. That's the power
Okay.
of luck. So it's DC
Okay.
15, and you get a plus 3.
probably will
Can
do
you
that.
just hit it on the page? You
I'm gonna
can.
try it.
Yeah, just click the page. Yeah.
Okay, so I got it.
You did. You
Without
yeah, with all of everything going on, he sees that he's distracted by whatever it is that Sangamon is doing. There's like this some glowing, and he's what happened is you replaced it in his hand with a rock. So he's not looking. He's holding a
Indiana
rock,
Jones.
and yeah, you totally Indiana Jones
I
moment, and now you.
got it, and I'm hiding it as quick as possible because I don't want anyone to know I've really got it. Like, if I could just do it really,
I'm
if
gonna
I
say
need to
I'm
add
gonna
luck
say
to
yes.
make it better.
And no, in all of the ruckus of everything going on, you have managed to do the ultimate tomfoolery. You snatch it, you put the rock in, now you've got it.
All right, easing away.
Easing away into the crowd. As that happens, now Alberic sees this happen from his vantage point, looking ever up at the situation. You see, she pulls this off.
Yeah, I'm gonna slip away.
You're gonna slip, you two are gonna slip away. So the two of you, thick as thieves, literally, back off and slip away. Is Akrexis doing anything?
He's just waiting to see if he has to kill anybody.
That's Aura too. She's just
Perfect.
waiting to see if she has to jump in
All
battle.
right. What is Bruce doing in all of this? Just standing there and bleeding?
He is. Oof. So basically, everybody's walking off. The townspeople are just standing there.
Everyone, there's a big crowd of people. You've kind of gotten lost in the fray because now everyone's looking at. They're listening to Bjorn. There's a bunch of yelling and talking back and forth. You're kind of in the back. You don't really see what has happened. You don't see what Savannah just did. You're kind of standing in the back. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to roll high.
Oh, go for it. Are you going to try magic again?
Magic.
Because it works so well.
I'm going to cast Cantrip.
Okay.
Ooh!
That's a 20.
So-
That's a 20. Because he's 19 plus 1. You get a plus 1. That's 20.
So, I'm going to have a booming voice say, Jesus. Okay. I'm just going to have a booming voice say, leave the travelers alone or incur my wrath.
Okay. Your magic works. You call upon the powers of the arcane world. This voice from up on high. Where do you want the voice to come from? You rolled
A roll of thunder.
Okay, this
Then
roll
it
of
says-
thunder. So it's already a dark cloud. You hear this roll of thunder. This dark voice says, "Leave the travelers alone, or you feel my wrath." At this point, the villagers are scurrying out of the streets. They're all going into their domiciles. They're running off into the woods.
Their first village.
They are freaking out. Now, not everybody, not all of the we'll say the rioters, the few wise men of the group, they're looking up and they're looking over, and some of them have actually befriended you, and they look over at the wise men of your group, Sagamon and Kianto. You hear this is the basically the elder Yappa. He goes, "What should we do? We have angered the gods. What should we do?"
You should appease them then.
How?
Tell me a secret.
And they look at each other, and they go, "Oh, I'll tell you a secret.
Tell me.
Once a year," and he just kind of whispers in your ear, "Once a year, we have to draw lots, And we have to send one of us into the swamp to appease Bobobos.
Well, you do not have to do that anymore now, do you? See, the blessings of the god are upon our friend has slain him.
How do we know it's true? How do we know it's true?
We will trust in him and what he says. Do you have any reason to lie, friend?
I'm talking to Bjorn.
Yeah.
Bjorn goes, no, I tell you, this is, it's gone, it's gone. As he just now realizes that he's holding a rock. He goes, what has happened? What has happened? Where did it go?
The gods have appeased and have let go of his soul. He is gone now.
No, there were so many of us. 8 of us went in the wood. I lost 7 of my companions for that.
I'll walk up to him, put my hand on his shoulder. You have appeased the gods with your sacrifice of your friends. I wish you well. And I'll just turn around and walk away.
And with that, he throws the rock down. He goes, I am done with this cursed place. And with that, he just marches out of town, like he's leaving. It is like close to night. He's leaving. He's just getting out of town. He's done. He leaves.
And now, how are the people reacting?
They're all. Well, Yappa goes. They all trust. Viracocha is out, the astronomer, and Yappa is out as well. They're looking. Well, what should we do? The gods are appeased. You won't be harmed. You can stay here as you like. Is there anything else that we should do?
Gath just kind of like, I could use more mead.
Quick, bring him. Mead. Bring mead. And now they're all like, they're coming out because they don't want to make anyone mad. They've heard this voice. Chaska goes over and sees that Bruce is bleeding. She runs over to you and she goes, let me see your wounds. As you've got like this nasty gash over the side of your head. The others, they're putting a rope around the body of Akeko, and they're like, and you hear Yappa go, dispose of him. He's cursed. Send him back into the swamp. So now they're going to take the body of Akeko and they're like dragging him out of town. And going to give that to Bugbills as he's going to go get rid of the body. With that, it is night, and you have now moved. The elder Yappa has given you his tent for the remainder of your stay, and he is going to go and stay on the outskirts with Viracocha. So you guys now have like the elder's tent. They don't want to. I don't want to upset anybody. So the 8 of you.
Home, they're women. I mean, what else can we take?
All right. So these are simple folk. These are like fishermen, and like they're terrified of the gods. And now y'all are come in and done all kinds of terrible things. So with that, is there anything that you guys want to do tonight? They bring you food. They bring you everything they can. They heard this voice. They don't want to upset anyone.
Who is the lady that was like in charge of like dissecting the T-Rex or whatever?
Chaska.
Chaska. Actually, no. This is Sagamon.
No. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chaska. Yeah, Chaska is. Bashu is the healer, and that's the one that you hooked up with. Chaska is the provisioner.
I walk up. Sagamon goes to Chaska's hut or place of business. I need a mask. My features are hideous.
We'll see what you can do. We have some leather. We can get you something in the meantime. And
no, I want bone.
Oh, it will take more time, but we'll see what we can do.
And I put a gold piece on the.
No, your money. You keep it.
I slide the gold piece back over.
Okay. She'll get to work on it.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you. If you solve my riddle, I keep the gold. If you solve my riddle,
this is blank stare, man.
2 bodies have I, though both are joined in one. The more still I stand, the quicker I run.
I don't know.
Out of character is an hourglass, but I still slide the gold piece over and I walk out.
Okay. With that,
Couldn't I make him one as an armor?
you could,
With the
but
bone from the dinosaur, a really cool one. I mean, I'm actually skilled in that.
yeah, y'all can work
You would know
together.
that. I can make you a really cool one.
That will just take some time. Is there anything else y'all want to do tonight?
Grimshaw.
Let's go talk up top to Danny. Is Kiantu or Bruce?
Kikitos wants to try to lay on hands. Who's the wounded in our party? The hardest?
After one
Worst
more night of
wounded?
rest, Aura's fine.
Bruce is the only one that's semi-injured. He's half dead.
Oh, yeah. He's going to try to lay on hands for Bruce. I guess.
Okay, roll it. Spell check it.
It's just a straight up D20, right?
Yep. Add 1 for your level. Now roll a D4 for his healing, because it's healing based off the die of the character, and a wizard is a D4. It heals for 1, but with 1 good night rest, you can heal another one. So between that, you should be good in the morning. Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before we go to morning?
I wanted to check out this little thing that I took from
All right.
Bjorn.
So I'll say you and Albrick are the two that knows that you have it. So as everyone's kind of, you kind of look at, you're looking at this is extremely intricate. No, never have you seen anything made with this type of craftsmanship. You've heard that possibly there's other cultures or civilizations that may have this type of artistry, but you've never seen anything made like this, and it's cut out of what looks to be like pure like onyx metal or stone. It's well beyond anything you've ever seen before. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Do we feel any bad juju coming from it, or is it just?
It seems quite valuable.
Okay.
A thief would. It's quite
Oh yeah.
valuable.
Oh yeah. You know how sometimes you get like the bad vibes, like from something.
Give me a luck. I'll give you a luck check. Luck check.
Okay.
You got to roll low. Just hit the button on your thing, and we'll see what you get.
I get the love.
Oh yeah, it's got bad juju.
Bad juju. Okay.
Yeah, it's got some bad juju.
Okay. And bag it up, and I'm just like.
You can leave it alone. Okay, Albrick, is there anything you want to add?
Yeah,
You're looking at it too.
I'm trying to say that. I'm like, this is not good.
We need to sell it the first chance we get.
Absolutely.
Get it off our hands.
Okay.
We can't let them know we have it.
All right. Anything else for this tonight? I think we've kind of gone around the horn. So we go to bed. We get a good night's rest. Everyone, if you get 1 hit point back if you still need it. I think most people should be topped off by now. Morning comes, and you hear a distant rooster crow. They've got chickens and stuff about. Everyone wakes up as you look about, and the first to rise is Albrick. You're the first to rise. You wake up and you go, and as you go to yawn, you go, and you like, there's this croak that comes out of your mouth, and as you look down, your hands are green. You look about, and everyone else in the tent are all changed, and you see these heads moving around with these giant eyes as everyone in the tent has been turned into some type of frog humanoid.
Who sees this?
Albrick.
Okay.
And these are his companions. That
They're wearing their clothes. They're sleeping where they were, and you look down and your hands are green. You look in a bowl of like water, or they look over and you see this reflection that you've got these big bulbous eyes. You are turned into some type of frog humanoid.
And they have been turned too.
Yes.
Everyone in this tent. Ooh.
Well, I wake them up to reveal this nice, wonderful piece of news.
So everyone wakes up and everyone is talking back and forth. Now you understand each other, but you're all talking in croaks.
So we look like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles talking in croaks. Nice.
Well, you're frogs.
So we're frogs.
Everyone is
that's-
frog people.
Frogs, not turtles.
Correct.
We're green.
Yes.
not easy
You
to
hear a
know.
lot of screaming and yelling around town. You open you pull the tarp back as you look outside, and everyone in the village has been turned into frog people. Frog people.
Nice.
Everyone in the town. Frog people.
Okay.
I love it. I love it.
A whole town of frog people.
Well, ribbit. Okay.
It's ribbiting action.
Oh.
I told you we should have destroyed it or consecrated it.
I told
No.
you as well.
We don't know. We know that's anything that's going on, or is just him seeing it?
Everyone
That's
at this
true.
point. Everyone at this point.
I
Is,
think we're all way gets.
everyone looks
Yeah.
around. It's very obvious. Everyone's running around, talking, screaming, croaking. But the entire town have been turned into frog people.
Ah,
All I do is I look at the thing that I have up, like where I wrapped up this. Like, oh,
I think it's time for us to go. No, I did it with a frog. Well,
But you're a frog.
yeah,
so it's okay.
you're a frog too.
takes me off the bucket list. Oh, I am a frog too. Never mind. Ribbit.
So what do you guys want to do? Everyone is turned into frog people, and all the Yappa is running around, and he goes, "We've angered the gods! We've angered the gods!" And everyone's like, there's talks of sacrifice. There's talks of, burn the village. They're all trying to figure out what they need to do. There's mass hysteria going on outside. And what is the party doing? What is Bruce doing? Let's go to Bruce, the orphan who has awoken as a frog.
She's a
Alright.
little
He's going to
hermit.
say that the gods came to me in a dream and said that you need to send 20 of your warriors with us into the bog to actually kill the monster this time.
And Yappa goes, "We don't 20. We don't have 20. We don't have 20.
15 will do.
Huh?
15 will do.
We'll send our strongest. We'll send our strongest with you." And he goes, "Come on, go get strongest." And a lot of people are fleeing and leaving, and there's not a lot of people are fleeing into the woods and trying to leave this cursed town. There seems to be we've got to get away, so a lot of people are fleeing. But Yappo is trying to grab a few people. Goes, no. So he was. So you believe that Bjorn lied? You believe he lied?
It appears so. It appears so, I should say.
Comic, go. You will take them to the dark place. And Comic goes, no. Like there's a sheer terror coming. You can see these big eyes like is this kind of shaking at this idea of not wanting to go into the dark place. He goes, "No, I will lead them, but I will not go. I will lead them, but I will not go."
Right? Any help is good.
We must hurry. Go during the day. You don't want to be there at night. I'll take you. Grab your things. I'll take you now. Yappo goes, yes. I'll try to calm the others. All right. So
I'm gonna have a little sidebar with my little halfling friend
okay.
and be like, "Do you think our little statue needs to be returned and the curse would be lifted? What do you think?"
Well, let's not get so hasty. Let's see how this plays out before we make any final decisions.
I don't want to be a frog.
Magic.
Magic. Yes.
Pause here for editing. I got a question. I'm lost. So we're frogs too?
Everyone in the
Everyone
town.
is frogs.
We're all frogs.
We don't just see other people as frogs. So Gath, he's just a big frog now.
Yes.
And
Still wearing your armors. You still pick up. You're a frog person.
All right.
A
I just
frog
want to make
humanoid.
sure. And none of our abilities and agilities and all that stuff are fine.
Everyone is really good at hopping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's hippity hop.
There's,
Yeah.
I will say, everyone gets a plus to leaping.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Imagine our attacks now.
Sangamon says the creature is still alive. These villagers send one of their own once a year in to be sacrificed to it. I think if we actually go in and destroy it, and not just steal its statue, it may lift this curse. If not, we may be living here for a while.
Sounds good to me.
I agree.
So, Gath just goes, well, let's go.
And with that, Kamak grabs his bow and begins kind of hopping his way out of town and kind of shaking towards you as the rest of you hop as well into the forest as you are. You're walking. You're walking. I'm just saying you can leap. It's just more of a joke. All right. So with that, the 8 of you plus Kamak and Viracocha is going as well. The older elder is going. He goes, I'll go with, and he's got his staff, and he goes, I will go with. I will go with. And so there's the 10 of you. The 10 of you are going out into the swamp. And with that, all right, so with that, the party moves into the swamp. As a point of reference, everyone still has their spells, with the exception of Kianto, who does not have Detect Evil for the remainder of the day. That's the only one that is lost of the spellcasters. With that, everyone is healed up, and as we're marching into the swamp, Kamak and Viracocha are with you, and you're kind of moving through the forest. Now, here's the thing. One thing that all of you notice is it is day, but it's dark and it's kind of gloomy, but you can see really well. There's something about your frog vision that allows you to see really well. Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Albrecht is going to try to talk to the frogs in the swamp. Do they understand us, and do we understand them?
Well, let's roleplay that.
Okay.
Right.
Frog.
Frog.
Yes.
Frog.
Yes.
How are things? I wasn't expecting a response. Now I'm all improvise. How are things?
You see any big bugs?
No, not as of yet. But considering our size, I hope we come across some soon.
Keep looking. Keep looking. I hear them all. And he kind of looks up, like pointing his nose that way. And he kind of hops to the next lily pad and kind of, he's on the hunt.
All right.
So yes,
You
You
can
may
talk
talk-
with frogs.
you can talk to frogs.
I speak frog.
Well, no. Yes. Yes. You're all speaking the same language currently.
That'd be awesome.
Either
If it
they've
stayed
learned
with us.
common or we've learned frog.
You've learned frog.
I was say, hopefully it stays with us.
All right.
Albrecht starts contemplating a way to form an army with these frogs, should their
Right.
need arise. He's
Right.
going to rally them.
With that, you continue walking through, and Kamak leads you through this just nasty, nasty, nasty bog. With that, we're going to let Savannah, give me a luck check.
Wait, that's Aura. I'm still fine.
That's pretty unlucky. That's
Yeah.
pretty
I'm wasting my high rolls.
pretty unlucky.
You're supposed to get excited about high rolls.
As you're kind of wading through this, you don't see this snake go up and grab at you. The big fangs come out. You jump back out of the way as it misses you. And as soon as it misses you, it slithers in and disappears into the muck. Because I missed you. Well, I think I
She is
did.
like,
Wait.
at
Hang on.
Oh, oh.
What is Sylvana's armor again?
oh,
I hit you.
yeah, I totally don't even think I have armor.
Your armor class is only 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So He only does 2 points of damage as he kind of gets into your leg. Make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, okay. Where's that at?
And the character tab says fortitude.
Oh, there it is.
You don't feel so good.
Can I do luck to make it better?
No, the snake bites you, and then it slithers away. Y'all all see that she has been bit by it. She's snake bit, and she's been poisoned.
We suck the poison out.
You can try.
I hold my leg up to Kirk's.
Is that what you're gonna do, Craig? You can try to suck the poison out.
I guess, yeah. It's not a healer.
Yeah, I'll let him try. Give a luck check. See if you get any of it out.
Out of my frog leg.
You're screwed. He has no luck.
No, it's the wound is deep. It's already gone into her system.
Oh no!
Yes,
I'm gonna try. Can I? Sangamon's gonna try and approach her and trying using the lay on hands to. Can we use? I know you can use the heal a limb. Can I use the cure the poison?
Yeah, it's on page 484.
Whoa.
It says
84.
I like the back
it says
of the book.
3 dice, whatever that means.
484. Alright, hang on. He's trying magic.
Of course, I'm trying magic. Suicidal.
That's a divine aid check. Lay on hands ability. Poison 3. What does that mean? Let's go to the main. Hang on. We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause this because this is important. Okay.
Rule check.
Yeah, hang on.
Rule check.
The cleric may elect to heal a specific condition instead of hit points. Heal dice translate to conditions. In this case, the target's hit dice or class level do not act as a ceiling. If the cleric heals the indicated dice, the damaging condition is... I don't understand that.
Basically, he has to roll a 14 to a 19.
Oh, I see.
See up
It's
there?
spell check. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to get a 14.
So I need spell check or divine aid.
So you're going to do a spell check, but you've got to get at least a 14.
Before I even do this, I'll walk up to her and say, "I can heal your wounds, but tell me why you stole the statue."
Because it looked like it would be worth a lot.
That's fair.
The truth will set you free, and I will try.
No.
Oh,
That's a disapproval.
I was gonna
That's
throw some
disapproval.
luck in there.
That's disapproval.
I'm at -2. Fuck.
Amantor is quite angry at you.
No, Armin this does not like me.
Yeah, that's no good.
Every time for me, he's
That's
like,
good.
no.
All right, so you've communed with your god, and your god has says nay. There's a little bit of rumble in the sky that you hear, and you know that you have upset your god. Anyone else want to do anything? Y'all stop because she's feeling a little faint. Her legs kind of stiffen up a little bit.
And the tribe.
Your greed has caused my failure.
Oh, what about the people that live by the swamp? They would come up with snakes. They would
Oh yeah, they're looking at you and goes, "Oh, that's not good. You
dead."
Yeah, you have angered God. This is one of the reasons we do not come here. These snakes do not be down where we are. This is no good for you. You should make right with whatever God it is you worship.
So I feel like I'm like going to die. Basically, am I getting worse and worse?
You feel pretty bad. You don't know. Is Kiantu, the other resident cleric, going to do anything?
You're gonna die.
Ah.
Jesus. Yeah, he's gonna try. He's gonna be like, out of the way, cleric.
Gath just
Cleric.
walked up.
Let
Gath
me
is
show you how it's
sharpening-
done.
Gath is sharpening his battle axe. If you need me, just cauterize it after I'm done. Tell me when.
Right, so we got his personality. Goes
Yeah.
into it.
So what you do is there a button you actually went and pushed? Set for Sangamon.
I use the
There's
the
a-
spell check.
Class tab.
Yeah, on your cleric tab, there's lay on hands.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was using
zero.
spell check. It's
Either
pretty
way,
much-
it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, thank goodness.
She did it. You were a round away from dropping dead. That was
The god of war is better than your puny god.
Did you say that out loud?
What's the name of your god?
Wait. Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
The Sangamon looks at him. Say that again. That will cut your frog legs out from under you.
When he says that, I looked at you, I said, I think I'm converting.
Lazeth, the god of war.
No more riddles for you.
Ah, you're cut off.
All right, so that has worked. You're successful. You have staved off death thanks to the Keontu's divine aid. All right, with that, he goes. The comic looks over, and goes, "Oh, God's are with you. God's with you." And they, Veracocha looks over at Keontu and goes, "Oh, your God is powerful and is with you. You're very wise." And with that, they continue on, and you move through the swamp. For the sake of time, we'll pass forward. You reach the entrance of a very dark, dank-looking cave as water is kind of flowing into the cave. It's almost like this. You can see it flowing, but it also kind of stagnant at the same time. There's like a stench to it. Doesn't smell too bad to the frogs, but as you go through, you do see frogs moving around. You see different. You see like snakes moving about, but you notice the snakes are moving away and staying away from the cave, and the frogs are freely moving in and out of the cave.
Albrecht asks the frogs, "Say that. What's in this cave?"
Blood bubbles.
Oh, well. Did you, by any chance, see some pale-skinned folk that came this way?
Yes.
What did they do?
Oh, they were delicious.
Oh, you ate them all.
We did.
Excellent. What do they taste like?
Oh, quite delicious. Were you not here?
Oh, I was
Great.
south.
We missed that buffet.
Yes. We missed the buffet. We didn't hear the call. But we're
Anyway.
here now.
Oh, good. And he kind of hops away. You do notice
Right, so
that
these
the
are
frog that you were talking
Predator
to,
frogs.
he had teeth.
Do we have
have
teeth?
Yes.
That's a funny image.
Like fang teeth, or
Yeah, like
ridge teeth?
sharpened fang teeth.
Huh. So then, like, I'm also like, do I have a tongue that darts out? Like,
Yeah.
I try that.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we breathe underwater? Since we're amphibious.
Yes, you can.
Wait,
Wait,
maybe we should
Albert.
raise frogs.
Albert, wait, Albert, give me a luck check as you go down to attempt to see if you can breathe underwater. Give me a luck check.
Hey.
You do that. As you do, you see there's something shiny down in the muck, and you kind of look down and swim down with your big bulbous eyes. It seems that you see what looks to be discarded suit of armor.
What kind of armor is it?
It is scale mail.
Yes, man. Excellent.
There are a lot of bite marks and chews in it.
That's all right. I cracks this.
But whoever was wearing it was eaten completely out of it.
These are like little piranha frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna haul that back up then,
Okay.
and
So before going in, does anyone want to add scale mail? Anyone want to wear that? The clerics can wear it. The warriors can wear it.
Crexus has chainmail, so he's better. He's got better than scale mail.
I
so.
just don't see Aura wearing that to be a nimble bowman.
Okay, well, what is Gath wearing?
Scale mail off the last dead guy.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So Sangamon and Chianto, what are y'all wearing?
Scale mail off the last dead guy too.
Chianto, what is Chianto wearing?
Not scale mail. It is.
Oh, you're wearing hide. Yeah, that's an upgrade.
Ooh, look at this. This is an upgrade.
The God of War provides.
All right, so you guys take
Albrecht provides.
a few minutes. Albert provides. You guys take a few minutes as he dons his newly found scale mail. It's a +4 to your AC, so instead of +3, it's +4.
Not a satisfied customer.
You are all my meat shields.
Correct. All right.
Duck.
And with that, you enter the cave. Give me just 1 second as I get the next map ready. Vera Coca and Kamak said, we'll wait for you here. We'll wait for your safe return. And with that, the 8 of you go inside. With that, the 8 of you have entered this cave. And you see before you, there's this jungle bushes and stuff, and plants and stuff growing in here. There's some vines across the walls as you go in, and the 8 of you are moving in. I will say, I've got you guys. Y'all can kind of move as you want as you move up, but ever so slowly, you hear things moving about, and you do hear as a Crexus as you move forward. We'll pause right there as you move forward. Give me a luck check.
Oh God, he's like the worst one for luck.
He is. All right. Perfect.
He's never gonna. He's just gonna take the rear.
All right. Nothing happens.
Upward.
He'll move. Gath will move up next to him.
Gath, give me a luck check.
This is gonna be bad.
Oops.
Go.
Oh,
right.
It's good.
All right, it's good. You hear a voice echoing through the chambers, and you understand this voice. You hear this dark voice go, Food has arrived. Go, my children.
He pulls off his battle axe. Heard something about dinner being served, and he just begins to walk forward.
Are we in water?
A little bit, like a couple of inches of water, a foot of water here and there.
But
There is water about,
Okay.
yeah. It's a dark, damp cave. And with that, I'm going to move everybody up a few feet into the cave as you guys are kind of moving up. If you guys want to not be in, everyone kind of in this area, is everyone where y'all want to be? Is this fair?
Yeah.
Is this formation? Okay.
Yeah, because he's got range, so he's good.
Okay. All right. With that.
Elvana would probably be more in the middle. She wants to be protected.
Okay. Because you heard that, you hear things moving through the cave, and you hear this loud battle croaks as these savage-looking frogmen start appearing and running into the cave. So let me put these
Others!
you guys are more. These are more like large carnivorous frogs with these giant talons. You guys are walking around like frog people, but they're carnivorous and they're coming to eat you. So
Cannibal.
I'm your second cousin.
Question: I know how to zoom in and out, but how do I scroll the map?
If you,
right click.
Right mouse button. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, with that, let's kick up the ever popular battle music. And we're going to give everybody an initiative turn here. So go on over
Yes!
and let's roll some dice.
Is that again?
Salvador rolled a 1.
Where's initiative again?
This
If you
swords
click on
up
the
top.
cross-
The sword crossed.
I rolled
Get everything about
Yeah.
that. Oh my guys.
Savage frog.
What the heck, man?
Oh
No,
my
the savage
gosh!
frog beat me.
Well, no, Salvador, like, she rolled a 1. All these throws are good.
She's not gonna do anything anyway, so that's fine.
She's got her daggers now.
Oh, that's right. All right, and we will begin combat. Oh, good. This savage frog. He's going to hoppity 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 up.
Hey, Bruce got a 1 too.
Hang on.
As the frog come up, I say to it, it's like, prepare to die!
Give me just 1 second as I look up. I thought I had this page saved and I lost it. So give me 1 second as I get this stuff up. Demon frogs.
The demon frogs.
Well, I don't know. Why don't they just think that we're one of them? 'Cause we're
Teenage mutant demon frogs.
Yes, Teenage
Like,
Mutant Demon
we
Frogs.
come in peace.
Oh, you know what? I think I did. Hang on.
Because other frogs are going in and out.
Hang on. Yeah, but those are different frogs.
But we're dressed better.
Oh, they be jealous. Gotcha.
They be
Bunch of naked,
jealous.
bunch of naked carnivorous frogs. They're just haters.
Good Lord.
Tailor of Toads has arrived.
I've come to clothe you.
All right, here comes a bite. Ugh. I just want to say, use your resources. That's all I'm gonna say. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit.
Oh, yikes.
That just hits. Can I do luck or anything on that?
No, he has plus a lot.
Oh.
Oh.
Holy crap.
Take
Yeah.
10.
I'm dead.
Crixus drops.
Holy shit.
Oh my. Wow.
No.
We're freaking screwed.
I'm dead. That's my turn.
he's
You're not
he's
dead.
down.
You're not dead. We'll haul you out of here.
He's unconscious. He has 1 round of bleed out. And then we go to Alberic.
He flees. Bye. He's gone.
He's running.
He leaves the cave. So he just saw Crexus basically get one shot. He's like, bye.
Second frog. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's running up to Gath.
Come on, Froggy.
And Frog attacks. If I can find it. There we
I'm not
go.
seeing
There it is.
your roll for this.
Oh man. I'm rolling hard. I'm rolling hard.
Lose your warriors in the first round of combat.
I'm dead.
And we thought this was going to be a campaign.
All right, not.
Not.
I mean,
Hey, you only take 4. You only take 4.
only 4.
Okay.
Good. Wait.
Chianto.
So hands down. So
Did a Crexus only have 10 hit points? Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
The Crixus,
Kianto
he's
is
Wait,
going
for
to
your max? Really? Oh my god, Aura has more than you.
Yeah, I only got 10.
Kianto's going to run up and grab
He's
the
got some
body
secret stash I'm not aware
of
of.
Crexus and start to haul him out.
drag him by his feet.
Are you going to try to heal him or drag him out?
I lay on hands as I'm dragging him out.
I'll let you move him back a square as you call on your gods to try to heal him. You're like grabbing him like, gods of war, bring him back.
This is going to be lay on hands, I guess.
Yes.
Right. Oh god. This is going bad. What's that under?
Just roll it, make a spell
Your,
check.
your cleric tab. Nope.
Your
Now you
disapproval has gone up. Unless you want to burn a whole lot of luck.
Eh.
Or at least burn enough luck that you don't get the disapproval, maybe?
I did drag him back one, right?
Yeah, he's moved back. All right. Now, we move to our next person. Savage Frog. Savage Frog is coming. He'll spend his entire turn getting up there. And now we go to Aura.
Okay, she's dumb. What should we do? Does she even have a clear line of shot with all these people in front of her?
Yeah, because this guy's on the ground, and you can always move, then shoot.
Okay, I'm going to move here,
Okay?
and I am going to try to
Mighty deed.
I'm protecting our fallen.
Okay.
By anything that's coming after him is what she's going to go after.
It'll be this one. This one.
So she is she's protecting. She jumps over and she draws her bow and she's gonna take him down, hopefully.
Do it.
Oh my gosh.
That lands true. Yeah, you shoot the frog, it goes right in his gut, it's like, "Ah!" And you see this black ooze come out of the frog. It's bleeding black ooze, which is interesting.
All right, and so that was 5. Does he look really bad?
Yes, he looks really, really injured.
Okay.
He's very badly injured. And
Very bad injured.
Gath.
Gath is going to do a mighty deed. He's going to let out a mighty croak. He is going to jump up in the air and come down upon the one in the middle
Okay.
with a battle axe two-handed.
Okay. With a mighty croak.
Shit.
Okay, so you rolled. Hang on a second. You hit an AC of 8 with a mighty deed of 2 for 11. So you got a 10. Are you gonna burn any luck or hold the 10?
For Gath, he will burn a luck point.
You'll need more.
He has temporary from the last game, I think.
Yeah. So you got.
Oh, that's right. We do have our temper.
So you get to add the 2 from the deed. So you're at a 10.
He'll burn 2 of his luck.
2 luck will hit,
Yes.
and that will kill it.
That's the way you do.
I'm glad you said that. I forgot Aura's got those 2 extra.
Right? And now that we've killed the frog, we go to Sangamon.
Sangamon will... He's going to tempt the fates. Amantor, Amantor, hear me. Give my comrades and I sanctuary. Page 263.
Ooh, he's like a sanctuary.
Sanctuary!
263.
I begin to float off the ground as I begin to chant it.
Now, I'm going to say that Albric is not completely out of the cave, and remember the halfling ability. He can burn his luck for other people and give them 2 points. 263. Holy Sanctuary, go. He's going to try magic.
Do it for me. Come on.
Oh, thank God it was almost a 1.
Okay. You... how does this manifest for you? Give me a roll of D4. Did you already? You already did this?
Yeah, I remember. Now when we roll the thing, is that permanent? Is that what it does all the time, or is it random?
Yeah.
I begin to actually like float off the ground a little bit.
Oh, you raise off the ground as this aura of light comes about you. Enemies are compelled to focus their attacks against people not named you. The effect lasts for 1 turn, which is many rounds. So you have this aura of frog, don't bother me.
Question.
Yeah.
If I heal another person, does that break the sanctuary?
No.
If I attack somebody, it breaks the sanctuary, I'm assuming.
No.
Really?
No.
So I can slap around and kick them and...
Yeah. They don't want to attack you. But they have to make a will save to try to attack you.
No, brother, don't hit me.
Right.
Right.
No, this isn't that other crazy bad game. This is the good game where spells are ridiculous.
Just want to make sure.
I think it's if you're the last one standing. I think that's when it goes away.
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
and join me.
All right, with that, we move for the next Froggy. Froggy has to spend his entire turn. He jumps over and lands on top of his dead friend. And next we go to the next Froggy. Froggy.
And then the other frog.
He'll jump over his dead friend, and now he's there. And now we go to the next Froggy, who spends his entire turn getting to here and jumping over his friend and looking down at a Crexus at a happy meal he could be. And then we get to the final Froggy, who Froggy jumps and lands on the other side of Gath and lands in the bushes. And now we get to little Bruce. Little orphan frog wizard.
Where's Bruce?
On my
I
wizard
think he's underneath
spells,
Sylvana.
Huh?
Yeah.
on my wizard spells, I see this last one called Summon the Spawn. Do I know about that?
You know, you don't know exactly what it does, but you can try it.
Yeah, let's try it. And I'm gonna burn.
Well, roll first.
Roll first, yeah.
Because
might
you
not
can
need
spell
to.
burn it, but you can roll first.
Okay.
Roll that 20.
So whatever you roll plus 1, so it's a 13. Do you wish to luck it, spell burn it? I will tell you,
I'm gonna spell burn.
12 means it's successful. Now it's just how successful do you want it to be?
I am going to burn. Let's do 5 stamina and 3 personality.
Wait, say that again? How much?
5 stamina and 3 personality. We're gonna get a 20.
So you've got a 13, so you need 7 to get to 20.
7. Okay,
No,
so
you-
let me do 3 stamina and 4 personality.
Okay. All right. You hear this dark, utteral croak come out as you plead for Synthagua to send you aid. And with that, out of the shadows outside of the wall, this black ichor starts pouring into this pool behind them as this formless spawn starts to manifest behind them, and we get this thing. I'm just gonna use this as a placeholder. This giant thing, but the problem is that's just not big enough. Hang on a second. Appearance, yeah. Okay. This thing is kind of squeezing into the cave, blocking everything, and then another one pops up here. Another one pops up here. Yeah. So 2 small ones start pulling out of the ichor. This giant thing comes up, but you burned stats. Like, he's spell burning. I just want to turn that thing off. So let me do this. Let me just go to reset it. Give me 1 second, because I do have to look up spell burn for this.
It's on page. I just added.
Holy crap! So when you do that, like, how long does it take for it to come back?
1 point a day.
Ability point per day.
Oh,
Roll a
I don't
d4.
know.
You can turn into a vegetable, though.
Yeah.
Roll a d4.
you don't want to be Aura.
I didn't burn it.
Never burn intelligence.
Did you roll a d4 for me? Oh, good. The worst one. Okay. A flapping swarm of bats flies through the cave at the caster, where they promptly bite your neck and begin sucking your blood. So bats are flying around and biting the neck of poor Bruce. Will you allow it to suck your blood, or are you going to try to push it away?
I didn't see anything about a negative. But
No. It's on my spell. You're reading wrong. Hey, Danny.
oh, I got you.
So this is based off the patron that you serve. This is Sathagwa.
Uh-huh.
Am I going to let them?
Yeah, or are you going to try to resist it?
If I think this is from Sathago, I'd probably let them.
Okay, let them suck. Suck away, mighty bats. All right, with that, it is now... hang on, I've got to add him. He is forming, and the tentacle horror thing will go into next round. And so he is now... All three of those are going to go at the same time. And now we go to Salvana.
And with my halfling friend, later!
Salvana is also...
Now that I see the little tentacle things coming out too, she's like, no.
I don't
She's
even
gone.
see you on the board.
I'm on there, I'm right here.
Underneath Bruce.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
that's me right there. So I am like bolting.
Brave Sir Robin. All right. This little froggy. Does this froggy know this thing is coming up behind him?
Oh, wait, I'm gonna come over here by you. There we go.
Let me see. Yes, it does. This one that's very badly injured from the arrow is going to turn and attack this spawn thing that's happening behind him.
Do I have to like be on there so I can...
A natural 20. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, its demon frog bite goes and it gets to bite into this. Give me 1 second. Let me look up the monster crit chart.
Wait a minute. Who's hitting who?
A demon
The
frog is
frog is
attacking the
attacking it.
giant thing that happened behind him.
All right, cool.
That's a good thing. I need to
Yes,
print.
it's not you. Because I'm at 20 on you, so that's good.
All right. Give me a second, because once I find this, I need to write it down, because this is in a different place. Okay. Ooh. The frog jumps up and bites at him. It does stun the mighty beast, and it drops it to the end of the initiative round, so the tentacle horror is going to move down.
Ugh.
How do you move these things down?
Can you just probably change its initiative? Can you double click on it and change it?
No.
Yeah,
Just
there's a
grab
lot of
onto the
ways.
thing and pull it down.
If you could, yeah, see if you can.
I
click and
can't
drag.
do that either. I just know he'll go last. Well, I'll
What if
learn
can
that
you
later.
can you right click on it and do update combatant and then
That I can. Very good. Initiative value. I'll put it at 0.
EM's pet.
There you go. Okay. All right. With that, oh, he also does a whole bunch of damage to it.
Badly injured.
Hang on. So. Okay. All right. Okay. It is now injured, and then we move to Acrexis.
I bleed out.
You bleed
Yeah,
out.
we can't.
Yeah, he's bled out. Acrexis needs food badly. Albrecht, you are back outside, or are you at the mouth of the cave? What's Albrecht doing?
Heading south.
South. Alright, the savage frog will go and attack Gath.
Gath doesn't care.
Gath doesn't care.
You're cutie.
Gath blocks off that attack with no problem. Chianto.
It's gonna again try to lay on hands for our dying friend.
Last chance. Try it.
Oh.
What? Acrexis, roll a d12. The god of war.
I'm telling you, we're all gonna convert.
Wait a minute. I need to look at something really quick. Acrexis' alignment is chaotic.
Yep.
So,
that
Chianto, your disapproval goes up 1.
I'm at 2 now. Okay.
No, you were at 2. Now you're at 3.
Oh, it resets daily.
No, but you had 1 today when you failed your roll earlier on the healing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so
I'm
you're
at 3.
okay. You're at 1 to 3 now.
All right, so 6.
Okay. So you're at 6. The light comes and your wounds close up around that nasty bite as you open your big frog eyes.
Frog eyes.
You're back in the
I'm
action.
Wait. Now.
Or
I'm a convert. I'm lawful now.
Aura.
All right. Aura. Okay, good. Now I can see her. I am a little bit freaked out by these little tentacle things, but I am going to stay with what I was doing before. I was saying I was protecting him because I'm assuming I'm just now seeing him come to. I'll still fight one of the
Okay.
frog on him.
Frogs.
And yeah, so I'm gonna take that one there. Still trying to be in protective mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a crit because warriors crit on a 19. So you need to roll your warrior crit.
Ooh, I do that.
Hang on a
It's just
second.
A crit die on your.
It's a D.
character
You
die.
did actually no. You already rolled it. It's a 4. It did it for you. Let
Okay.
me just go to the chart. You hit it. You immediately string another arrow and you make another attack.
Ooh, so I can attack something else?
Yeah,
That one's still
because
standing.
hang on, this one dealt. Okay, this one is very badly injured, near death, but you pull another arrow to attack again.
You hit your deed roll too. But you didn't declare a deed. You need to declare those deeds.
All I do is hit the D20 to roll, and it does it all.
But you have to declare like what you want your mighty deed to be. So if you do roll the 3,
Oh.
whatever you want to happen happens.
Right.
But my whole thing was I was saying I was protecting you. Do I have to say that was the deed?
Be more specific in like what you want to have happen. Like I shoot it through its eyeball.
Oh, okay. I was like, figured that
shoot
we're.
it and it falls down and trips the one next to him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and then. Yeah, I guess I'll finish him off.
Go for it.
Clear your deed.
Okay, I'm going to shoot it, and hopefully it'll knock him into the wall and make him hit the other one, and it'll be like a domino effect, and every single one of them's gonna fall.
Roll it.
Okay. Now just roll that 30.
It could happen.
Yes.
It could happen. No.
No.
It's not going to.
You miss. You miss. All right. We're learning. Gath.
I figured if I was saying I was protecting
Gath,
them.
it is a target-rich environment.
Gath is going to show you how a critical or mighty deed is done. He is going to
Do
leap
it,
in the air.
Do it.
He is going to make a called shot to this one's head and cleave it in two.
Okay?
Hopefully.
Pause for a second. I want to help
It's
you.
gonna happen.
With the battle axe, you can do a cleave attack if you ever
That's what
want. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, you don't. You don't hit it unless you want to burn a whole lot of luck.
Nope.
Okay. With that, we now move to Sangamon.
Hang on.
As he is hovering above his nearly dead, not so good looking friend, he reaches down. Thank you, Amantur, for your sanctuary. Pass it down to my friend also. And I'm going to, in my mind, I'm going to whisper a secret. I don't know, something about in my past that nobody knows about except me. And Amantur.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to heal him, trying to lay on hands.
Okay, go for it. To a Crixus, okay?
No.
Disapproval range
It's
increased
worse.
to 3.
Yeah, not digging.
That's
your
the thing about the clerics. If they fail at all, they're disapproval. It's not a 1. It's if you fail.
1 to 3. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
But do you shed that? You shed that each night? Like the next day, you're back to where you are, or
There's a process.
okay?
All right.
All I know is he thinks that all of us are heathens because he never
is
heals
true.
any of us except himself.
All right. This one
Must
here, we've got another demon frog is going to attack poor little
Oh my gosh. Yeah, keep cackling. Just keep
Who's
on
gonna
cackling.
die next? This game is lethal. Oh my gosh. I'm like scared.
Yeah. Who's yeah?
Right.
Gath is dead, baby.
Maybe. We don't know that.
Who hit me? What? Oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, he's rolled a
you rolled
20.
20.
Gath is dead.
Oh,
He
Dead.
was hurting to begin with. Yeah.
Oh,
damage?
lordy.
Okay, hold up. So I need this. Okay. It's not as bad as you think. He reaches up, he bites into your left arm, he takes a chunk out of it, and your arm breaks and it like lays next to you. It's limp. You only take 4 points of damage because it just broke it, but it's useless. Your left arm is completely useless.
No more battle axe.
Here, give it to me. I'm standing up.
He drops
I'll
it.
start-
Your left
I'll
arm
start
is
using it.
broken. This little
Yeah.
froggy, seeing that
Drop.
your defenses are down, will try to attack you using its demon frog pack. Disavow that roll. I'm rolling damage.
He's so confident. He's already rolling damage.
There we go. No, wait. What's your armor?
Got that scale. It's like 14, maybe.
Scale is a +4.
It hits you
Ouch.
Oh,
for another
jeez.
5 points of damage. Chomp, 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 chomp. Gath getting hurt. Needs food badly. This little froggy will attack a Crixus who's back up and running. And it's going to attack. This little froggy of mine, it's gonna roll and eat a barbarian guy. Miss!
Nope.
He will miss. This little froggy of mine is going to go for Gath.
You're having too much fun with this, by the way.
You're in front. You're in front. This is what
I'm
happened.
I do.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that was almost another 20.
still hit.
I know.
Still hit.
You're at 0. On the nose.
How much?
You hit for 2, so you're at 0.
No, I'm at 5.
I've been keeping up with it.
Oh, you have? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
at 0.
Yeah, you have gotten mini bites. They've just been chomping at you little by little. Okay, with that, as you go down, we now go to. Oh, this is fun. Bruce.
Is it?
With my summons. Oh,
Huh? Your friends
My
go
summon
at your
thing.
friends will go at the very end. At the end of the round. Because it got stunned.
okay. He's going to. This is Bruce, correct?
Yep.
He's going to. I mean, it's helped so far. He's going to invoke Patron.
Oh god. Man, you want to talk? Oh. Because you didn't shoo the bats away, they fly away as they thank you for your sacrifice.
Oh.
What's the sacrifice?
Your blood.
Your blood.
Your blood.
You let them bite
Well, I mean,
you.
mechanically.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
Patron.
You're gonna turn into a vampire.
Precious.
I saw the one shine for just a moment. A message. You have rolled so hot on this stupid thing.
I love Bruce.
You've hit it every time. A message from the outer dark. Sathagwa slumbers and cannot be bothered at this time. Instead, he hurls a meteorite to smite your foes. A meteor flies from the sky. In this case, it is conjured through the cave at an enemy who must make a reflex save. We'll say it's this one. We'll make a reflex save.
Fantastic.
Oh god. I cannot be bothered with you right now. Here's a rock. Danny, roll 2d6.
All
He
right.
obliterates it.
Come on. Right. I don't know how to do 2.
Just click it twice.
You click it
Go.
Oh,
twice.
there we go.
It's 5 plus your spell level, which is 1, so it takes 6 points of damage as this rock just appears out of nowhere, smashes into the
He's
frog, and he is very, very injured. And with that, we now move to Salvana, who is not in the cave. She's
Nope.
left. Okay.
She's gone.
Now we go to the tentacle horror. All right, Danny, roll a d20 for me.
20.
Yep. This is for the big one.
Oh no.
That is not what we wanted.
No. No, it's not.
But there's
roll,
no-
We
yeah.
haven't
Roll-
even killed one of these things.
yes, you have. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Roll a d4.
If no one-
Roll a d4. There's a
I've
lot
got
of them
one
that are hurt.
almost dead and one injured.
Okay. This one is still stunned and kind of forming. It falls backwards into the cave. It's just kind of like pulling itself back together. Now roll it again for this little guy off to the side.
The what? 20?
Yep.
Okay.
Roll it again for this little guy over here. They're all missing. They're basically like slapping these like dark tentacles. That's gonna hit. Roll a d8.
Let's see, I think that's the 8. Not the D7. Oh. Where's the snow? Hold on.
Roll.
You got. How do I clear this thing?
If you right click on it, the die that you clicked on, it'll clear it out, or you can just highlight and delete.
Oh, thank you so much.
A lot of this is just us learning how to push the buttons in Foundry. All the buttons need to be pushed.
Oh my god, it's gonna
all
do
the
something
buttons.
stupid.
Alright, we'll take the first one. Just to say, hey, that thing was near death anyway. It didn't matter. That one is dead. Its tentacles go up and grab around it and suck it, and it just turns into bones. And with that, Savage Frog is going to chase this thing back in the cave, and it's going to attack it. We're gonna be moving at fast speed now. It misses. We now move to a Crexus, who's still alive.
All right, he's gonna move. So he has picked up the battle axe.
Okay.
That fell from.
Got it.
He's gonna step to here, and he's going to do a sweeping strike.
And try to get both of them.
I try to get both of them.
Roll it. I want to see this happen so badly.
Damn it!
No, you do move there, but
I'm even too far away to even look it.
yeah, you're not there. All right, but with that, Albric not in the cave. Savage Frog, this one. Unfortunately, I think he's gonna eat Gath. Yes, he is going to begin chewing on Gath.
I'm sorry,
What does
honey.
that
It was
even
never meant to
mean?
be.
What does that do? If it's like
He's
we can save him this
basically
round
no. At
still?
this point, he's gone. He's being eaten. All right. He basically he chomps down and he rips his head off and starts eating him, and he is completely dead. Keonto, there's no coming back for that, Gath.
Gath!
Gath is gone.
Gath is no more.
Roper.
The Roper was not
He
meant
looks
to
like a
be.
guy. He looks like the boat captain that gets eaten toward the end of Jaws, like as he goes down.
It's Quinn. It's Quinn. All right, so Gath is being eaten by the frogs.
All right. Who is hurt around me that isn't dead?
I'm very hurt.
A Crexus.
Which one are you? Oh God.
The chaotic guy up front.
I want to run into the. All right. He's gonna
You get a
try
hammer?
to lay on.
You're gonna try to.
Gath,
try to
like
lay on him.
broken arm and use that to touch me. That's right.
All right.
Now you're disapproval.
Oh, what I got.
Yeah.
Gath is no more.
Next. Magic is so useless. It's not useless. It's boom or bust. It's such boom or bust. All
Didn't
right.
make it, did it?
Nope. Aura, you're up.
So, can I grab 2 arrows and try to shoot him at once?
As a mighty deed, you totally can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And could it be 2 targets?
Sure.
Or does it can only be one?
If you
'Cause I would
want
like
it,
to try
however you want to do it.
that one and that one if
Okay.
I can.
Go for it. You'll lose 2 arrows, but let's go for it.
That's fine because I bought extra ones.
Right.
I'm still going through my original 20.
Got it. Shoot.
All right.
The old double shot.
Roll a 20 and a 3.
And a 3. It's happening. No.
Nope.
Absolutely
You gotta
not.
leave this. Wrong die.
Wrong die. That is a miss.
Am I close? Can I try my little luck roll thingy to see if
I'll help you. You'll need 2 luck, but you'll only do 4 points of damage.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, they're both unharmed. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sangamon.
Sangamon is still floating in the air. How long does it last? 1 turn. So he's still kind of floating on the ground.
A turn is like 10 rounds.
Yeah, he braces his shield and he tries to interpose. I don't know if I can do this. Basically, try to interpose myself between a Crixus and my buddies that don't want to attack me. To kind of basically be defensive in front of them. Kind of be like, hey, you don't want to fight. Interposing myself in between like two guys fighting. And
you could use divine aid.
So that doesn't work. It's
a tight cave. You're trying to like body block yourself is what you're trying to do?
No, I'm just trying to put myself in between a Crixus and the frogs to kind of give them. I'm basically using my shield.
I got you. Make a shield. Make a strength check. I got you.
That's what.
Make a strength check.
All right.
Yes, you do. You push these guys out of the way. Where are you at?
I'm right here.
He's right there, yeah.
Yeah, you block him, and this one is pushed away towards Bruce.
Can I attack still or do something, or is that just my action?
I'll let that be a body block movement. I'll let you. You rolled so well. I'll let you attack again. If you want to make an attack,
I will attack this one to my hold on.
Okay, go for it.
This one to my right. Equipment with my mace.
It's a miss.
Nah, I'm not. I'm satisfied with what happened.
This little froggy does not want to attack Sangamon because he's gonna go attack this thing. He's gonna go attack this formless thing. Miss. Next.
You're my new buddy at Crixus. I lost mine.
This one is going to attack Bruce. Let me look. Gath, is it? Hey, Bruce, give me a luck check. Because it just got pushed away. I'm trying to think. If it got pushed away, would it still go back after it was attacking or attack the kid? Make a luck check. What is your luck? That was a Kikitos. Bruce needs to make a luck check. So go to Bruce's character. Go to Bruce's character and just click luck.
Yeah, click on the word luck.
Click on the word luck.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. Yep. He is going to go right back over here and try to get Mr. Grexus.
Oh.
Oh, it was a 20 and it became a 2. He missed. That was so close.
They do that to you on purpose.
This one will continue to eat Gath.
Excuse me, do you have any grape upon?
Bruce, you're up.
Okay. Bruce is going to cast force manipulation.
Okay. Go for it. Go for it. Man, this kid is going to do something terrible here in a minute. He's the kid that's just using his dad's gun. It did. The caster, he's been rolling so hot tonight. The caster creates an apple-sized sphere of force that can be hurled as a weapon. It can be hurled immediately or remain in the wizard's hand. So you can throw it if you like.
Which one is hurt the most?
You have the power.
This one. The one that's feeding on Gath.
He's getting hit.
Alright, make a d20 roll.
Oh. I thought it just hits.
You got to throw it. So it's basically like you've created a...
Gotcha. So a d20?
Yeah.
Glowing bowling ball.
You summon a glowing bowling ball. And you hit it. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. It does a d6 damage for every level you have.
Your crystal balls are weak.
It's actually enough to kill it. It's dead! And with that, Savannah, not in the cave.
Not there. I'm
Alright,
just
Danny.
talking with my halfling friend.
Danny, roll a d20 for me.
Me?
No, Danny, roll a d20.
Oh.
It's the tentacles' turns. The spawns.
Your little Hanete friends.
Yeah.
Miss. Roll again.
Jesus.
Miss. Roll again.
A different
Back to the
number.
bush leagues with you two.
Come on.
That's a hit.
That's good.
Roll a d8.
No.
Amateurs.
He rolls good on spells, bad on attacks.
Dang it.
Alright, Savage Frog up top. He is going to try to kill this stupid thing. He's gonna hit. He's gonna make an attack. Ooh, this thing takes more damage.
Sheesh.
Okay. Next, we're flying through this as fast as we can. Crexus is up.
All right, I'm going to attack this one right here.
Okay. With his mighty deed. Swing it.
Mighty Deed is I want to cleave its head off and knock it over into this guy over here.
Perfect.
Let's see if this works.
That
Come
would
on,
be
take it out.
hilarious if it does.
I didn't get the beat, but I
No,
did
but
hit.
you did murder it, though.
Yes.
Crexus is killed. He is killed. Albric, not in the scene. Savage Frog. Can't attack Sangamon. Will attack the spawn.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Because Sangamon cannot be touched.
I'm going to save my new friend.
Ooh. Alright. This demon thing swallows the spawn and begins to eat it.
You're
And
saying it's
You're
not
like
aware.
Kianto's turn.
Wait a minute, is that the same? The one that ate Gath is now he's just eating everything. Isn't he full yet? That stupid frog is eating everything.
Burp into the...
Yeah,
He's like this big bloated.
he's gotten bigger.
Right, so he's gonna-
I'll wait for him.
He's
Oh,
gotten
man.
bigger.
And he's going to.
Froggy hungry.
The kid. He's going to eat the little kid.
It's a frogemoth.
He's moving towards the kid. What was this? Attack with the Warhammer. Misses. Next, we go to Aura.
Oh,
The
my goodness.
The frog is moving towards
It's a big
Bruce.
It's a big one.
Okay.
It's getting. Oh God, it's getting bigger.
Okay, so the bushes behind is like in a big bush, like, or is the frog bigger than the bush now?
It's bigger than a bush. It's getting bigger. It's eating.
Okay, okay.
Eyeball.
I know. That's what I was like. I think I'm gonna go for eyes.
Shoot the eyes. Go for the eyes,
the
Oh,
Boo.
one of these eyes. That is my mighty deed.
Go for it. Make it mighty.
It's going to happen.
No, it is actually. You're 1 point
Real
away
close.
from hitting it.
Oh yes.
All
If
right.
I'm 1 point away, I will do it because she's got her spare.
All right. So you use some luck. Yeah, you do 5 points of damage because you rolled 3 plus your D die is 5. It is now very badly injured, and now
Fantastic.
we go to Gath, who is
Digesting well.
yes.
Can Gath give it indigestion or something?
Burp.
Yes, Gath he's deleted from the scene. Sangamon!
Big one is gone too.
Yeah, I did. I'll get it.
I'm going to use my sling. I'm going to
Okay.
drop my shield and mace and Swing one at this one.
Okay, that big thing is still there. I just accidentally deleted it.
Oh, the big one is?
Yeah,
That's one.
sorry. That was... No, I did it again.
It's
There.
afraid of...
Fine. They start dropping.
I know. Sorry. Okay, he's still there.
Oh no!
You fail.
I sling myself.
Yeah, roll on the crit. Your fumble.
What
Oh,
about
you
that?
did fumble. It's a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Oh, God. No.
I'm gonna knock myself unconscious, I hope.
Yeah,
at
it's
least.
like,
You should have maintained your armor. The joints of your armor seize up, freezing you in place. You cannot move or make an attack for 1d3 rounds.
Should I roll or you
Yeah,
roll?
roll a d3. You just paralysis yourself for 3 rounds.
what the hell?
I'm still floating in the air, though, so it doesn't matter.
It's just like this. It's just this floating.
Rain balloon.
That's so bad.
I just like grab him and use him as a weapon now. It's like
That would be a mighty deed. These
my
frogs
God.
are trying to kill this stupid thing up here. Bruce, it is your turn. The giant frog is getting closer to you.
I am gonna move back.
I got
Okay.
6 more rounds and it'll leave me alone. I'll just float there.
And I'm going to.
he starts going upside down, just spinning.
Invoke.
Hey!
It's a 20, boy.
Bruce is gonna save the day. Are you Batman?
All right.
Bad boy.
The caster beseeches the Thockless aid, either sensing they are in great danger or at an uncaring whim, makes the next creature they... All right. Hang on. It's got to make a reflex saving throw. Hang on. It's pretty bad.
Don't mind me. I'll just float here.
Hang on. Hang on. That's a D24. The gate opens beneath this frog and teleports him across the multiverse to the ancient homeland of Cycronish. That'll learn him.
He took Gath with him.
Gath is going. Gath couldn't live in another universe.
So that'll work in the list.
Yeah, it does. That's the ability. That'll learn him. All right, Salvana not in the scene. Tentacle horror. Danny, roll a d20.
Ooh.
This thing has this massive sweeping attack. You just can't hit with it.
It can't hit nothing. I was like, come on. It's like,
It's just finally, Danny, roll 2d10.
Ooh.
That's enough.
Average. but good.
It eats both of the frogs and then dissipates into a pool. Both of them do. So at this
I'm a fucking pinata right now. So
everybody needs sang
pushing down the
along.
hall.
He's just floating around.
It's our trap detector. We're just pushing down the hall. Let's see what triggers. Just go. Hi, rope,
All right.
bring him back.
Okay.
Push him and pull him back.
All right. For the sake of time, what we're gonna do is you all look around. Gath there's pieces of him missing across the galaxy, parts of him somewhere else. Gath is gone. His armor is irreparable.
I had to come back think what could happen to him. You could pull a Boba Fett in another galaxy and like rip out of the frog.
Yeah, it comes out right. Somehow he's still alive. And with that, you guys move through the cave, still being frogs. The other frogs in the cave kind of move away. For the sake of time, we're gonna fast forward. You get to the end of the cave, and you find what looks to be this old shrine of Bobugbubbles, and in there is a nook where this statue used to be. So you killed the frogs. There's nothing else in the cave. But there's this shrine where this thing used to be.
Oh my gosh, how evil is that? That Sylvana and Albrecht left. They've got the statue.
I'm gonna say at this point, because
I
it's
will say they
midnight,
will come back. Maybe they had a change of heart.
I think they
That's
waited.
just mean.
I think they waited outside and to find if the coast was clear. I think that's what they were doing.
Yes, that sounds
So
good.
they're like, oh wait, we won. They come back in. Good job, guys. I knew we had it the whole time.
Here, go put the statue back on.
We did it. Okay. All right. You put the statue back where it's supposed to be, and all of you begin to fade back into yourselves, but now you're in pitch black. Except for the halfling.
Not
the
for me.
The halfling can still see. The halfling is going to have to light torches because you guys are in a dark cave by yourselves. And with that, you'll able to leave the cave and never return this dark, horrible place.
Dude was the frog.
Huh?
Bjorn. Why wasn't he a frog?
Bjorn left.
I know, but he had the statue.
No,
Maybe
he
it had
left.
to be overnight. Maybe like the next day.
Had to be
He
the next
like
day.
went crazy and went off into the woods because he had no hope.
I know, but I was sure, like, because if he had the statue, how long do you have that statue? He should have been a frog already.
All right, so with that, you guys return to the village, minus Gath. It happens.
For those about to die, we salute you.
So we're down
He's like-
Roper.
He's
So that's going to be the end of our game. You guys get back to the village of Kikitos, and they celebrate that you defeated the evils of the swamp, that everyone's no longer frogs. Y'all are welcome to stay here. And we're going to pick up the story after we get back in town. But we have a lot of beat up people. We're missing a companion. The gods are very disapproving of both Kianto and Sangamon, and everyone in the party is a little worried about our wizard friend because he's wielding great power with zero responsibility.
Hey, a little 12-year-old just saved everybody's ass.
Man, if you had rolled backwards and had good attack rolls, but you rolled those rolls on the spells, you would have turned into some like mutant or something because they were terrible. They were like all your bad rolls were on the other side. You just, good lord, you rolled hot. And if you ever had rolled bad for the invoke, you lose the spell for the day. He didn't fail the Sathagwa roll one time. I mean, that's
I think
incredible.
I think you were just coming into it low end of it, but still enough to get it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he made it. Oh,
Yeah.
he made it.
I mean, yeah, I think like it's at least 50. It's not quite 50-50 for him to hit it. It's like 45% chance to get it to work. And he did it like 6 times in a row. So, good job. All right, with that, we're going to break, guys. Thank you for watching our misadventures of Dungeon Crawl Classics. They were frogs, then they weren't. They blamed the villagers, then they didn't. Just another night of this hilarity. All right, with that, thank you guys for watching.